What up, world? Welcome to the Fives of the Week podcast, episode 101. It's your boy, Philly.
A crabby Grandmaster B.
And Hollywood Apple Snatch.
Samuel. I think we're all feeling the effects of that 100th party, Samuel.
Yeah, man. That and late football games and whatnot and what have you and everything else in between. It's kind of crazy, man.
So talk about that real quick. We'll get into the game later, but how was the atmosphere down there?
Oh, it was great. I thought that opening day, excitement was kind of loud and exciting. This game definitely was on steroids. It was, I think, because most people had a lot of time to party beforehand. They had all day to get ready. A lot of tailgaters were down there at noon. I heard Eastern Market, where a lot of these guys tailgate, they open the gates at noon so they can get down there. They can spend time, and man, it was electric. I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty exciting. The crowd had these little lights on their wrist. They gave everybody this little light you put on. I was wondering what it was.
Yeah, I saw that. Each
seat had a light, and I guess the new thing now, they can control all that stuff with technology, so it would blink different colors. I posted something on our Facebook page. It was just really cool. The whole stadium, they darkened the lights, so the whole stadium was just blinking and flashing and stuff. So it really looked cool. But man, there was no seats to be found. Everybody was in a seat, and even the standing room around the concourse behind me. You've been in my seats. You know how they kind of patrol that little aisle right there.
Yeah.
This poor one guy was just trying to get in there just to get a glimpse of the game. And I told the lady, I'm like, look, man, if he's not bothering me, he can stand there. She goes, oh, no, we can't have anybody here. And then 5 minutes later, someone else would try to sneak in there. But I didn't care. But it was just everybody was trying to get a glimpse. But it was exciting, fun. Scared me at the very first half of that football game. I'm not going to lie. They played, we'll get into that. But it was a little sloppy in the first half. But man, I'll tell you what, the Detroit fans are behind this team right now.
Yeah, that's without a shadow of a doubt. And it was really cool on TV how they did all the vignettes of downtown. They were just talking about how live the city was.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, man. I told you I didn't watch the game on DVR, but I do kind of like watching games on television. I'm not going to lie. I like the replay aspect of it. I like the stats. You get to kind of get close into the huddles and that kind of stuff you don't see with your eye when you're at the game. You're kind of looking off in the distance and seeing what's going on, but yeah, who wouldn't like to hear Troy and Joe Buck? That's who did the game, right? Was it Troy Aikman and Joe Buck?
Troy and Joe, yeah. Was that his wife? Is that Buck's wife, the blonde commentator on ESPN?
I think that is his wife.
Because there's her last name, and it ends with Buck, Bob.
Yeah, Buck.
So, was it a package deal or something like that with ESPN? Hey, you can have me, but he's doing the World Series right now too, right?
Oh, he's a bad man.
Yeah, this dude is flying all over the place to get to the next
It's October.
Well, there was breaking news down there too. Your boy Jack Harlow is going to do the halftime show at Thanksgiving.
And Philly, I don't even know who the hell this guy is, man. I was teasing my daughter because I guess, is he country music, hip-hop, kind of a little bit of everything and in between?
He's more hip-hop, I'd say.
Is he? Okay, because they showed him, I guess that was a big announcement because everyone's like, well, who's the halftime show? I think Dolly Parton's doing the Dallas game, if I'm not mistaken, which, if you're... I mean, I don't know if I'd be excited about. I mean, she's a legend, I guess, but Dolly Parton versus this guy.
In many ways, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, and she's very chesty. Yeah, I didn't know who this dude was. I sent a picture to my daughter. I'm like, "Who is this guy?" She goes, "Oh, cool." She goes, "He's going to be doing the halftime," and I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck. Do you know who he is, Hollywood? I never heard of him, man."
I think they go back and forth. You know what I mean? They'll do legends. Like they had Aretha the one year. This year they're going more to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to try to appease everybody, I guess. You're never going to get 100% of fans on board, but
probably the longest national anthem in history too of Ford Field. Aretha Franklin, that national anthem she sang went on for what seemed forever, man.
Oh yeah, she was running out of breath.
My legs were getting a little wobbly just standing up. I'm like today, but it's Aretha Franklin. I mean, we had a legend there. But dude, I can remember back some halftime shows. This is going back to the beginning when Ford Field, the Fords would bring in, I seen Bon Jovi, Aerosmith. These were halftime shows. They only do 3 songs and maybe a quick mantra of a mix of their good stuff, and it would be that 4th song and close it out. But you're not seeing those big names coming around because I'm sure they're asking for pretty big money. And if anything, they would be a Super Bowl, halftime show. I think, what is it this year? Who's the Super Bowl? Is it Nelly this year? Or
I forgot.
I think they already announced the
Usher,
halftime.
ain't it?
Usher.
Yeah, there it is.
Love in the Club.
Club.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, to answer that question straight up, dude, it was very fun, very exciting, and you pay the price because you don't get home early after those games. Even though I left with like 6 minutes to go, I'm like, man. Had to park way off the beaten path. Couldn't find parking. So I'm, last minute, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get a parking spot. Fuck, dude, everything was just packed.
Yeah, it was good to see, though. It's good for the city. I love it. And those type of games are good to be at because it's national television.
Yeah.
Live crowd, you know what I'm saying? And, you had a hell of a deal, but with everything going on, I just couldn't swing it. But the ticket prices, they said on TV, the lowest was like $242. That's for way upper deck.
Yeah, that was standing room. And that's just the thing. Like, we had to buy tickets for the next game. They're playing at SoFi. And you think our tickets are high, would go to a place where they actually have the licensing on the seat. So those people technically own that seat. I think that's how it works. Like, you have access to that seat for all the events where Fords are... it's their business. They keep all the royalties to the seat, but SoFi is expensive. NFL football as a whole is expensive to go to now. It's just not a cheap place to go. Like, back in the day, you go to sit up in the bleachers at the old Tiger Stadium for $10 and grab a couple beers, and you'd spend $100 for the night, and you'd have a great time. Shit, $100 is just for parking now.
Yeah.
That's what sucks.
How much were they getting for parking? $60?
$100. $100. I mean, everywhere Hollywood in that. I like these lights, by the way, Phil. I'm getting used to. Were these here the other night?
Yeah.
It must have been a pickled thing I had going again.
Oh,
yeah. I just noticed these lights up here. It's very cool.
Oh, looks good.
Anywho, $100 was for anything remotely close, like within, I'd say,
$100 for parking.
$100 to park a car like on Brush, Randolph, Madison Street, any of the main corridors that brought you right into the front of Ford Field. $100. There's nobody cheaper, and then you'd have to go a little bit further down. You'd have to get somewhere right around Greektown. Those are $80. Get around Jefferson, Woodward. Go across the Woodward, past the Fox Theater, get down into the deep alleys and stuff like that. That's all $50. You are not going to find a parking spot for less than $50. I got lucky. I bought mine online for $60, and I'm telling you, it took us maybe 15 minutes to walk to our car and then back.
So you didn't get one with your tickets?
I could have, but you have to buy them all up front, so they sell it as a package deal. So it's 10 home games. You have to pay preseason the same way. So you got, it's $1,000 to park. They charge $100, but they put you in a parking garage, which that's really tough to get out of. So if you imagine, you want her to get in and out, and there's a halt at the gate, and the gate's not working, and you're just stuck in a parking garage. And I get claustrophobic, anyways, man. I'm like, I always feel like that thing's going to come down or something.
Is it the spiral one?
That I think is more like towards Cobo, but these were like
you're right.
There's like McLaren parking garage. They have Comerica parking. They've got them all names now. But here's what happened: is like all these people that had these independent lots down there, they found it to be more conducive to go ahead and do a prepay program. So a lot of these gates will just say you got to have a scan code or a barcode to get in, and you hold your phone up to it and the gate goes up, right? Yeah. So the cash guys are, those are the guys that are sitting on the other side of Mack Avenue. Come on, man, it's only $20. You come back, your car's got a $100 ticket on it. Your wheels are gone. It's on cinder blocks. You're like, damn, that wasn't legit, man. Right. I know somebody that went down there, parked on the other side of like the freeway over there, and they parked for cheap, bragging the whole time. Man, I got to park it for $20. $100 ticket because it was an illegal parking spot.
Either that or your shit's on the Jeffries, but
right, man. They said the parts on Marketplace.
I'm parking on the freeway, man, going up the ramp.
I feel that. No, it was cool though, man.
Other than that, everything else good?
Yeah, everything else is good, man. Just trying to get through another week. Hell, we were just here 3 days ago, but that was a great party, by the way. Yeah, phenomenal.
It was a good time. Glad everybody, had a good time, and it's a lot of work, but it's a good payoff. Yeah. It's for a good cause, and just to see everybody enjoying themselves and the support we had, which was awesome too.
Yeah, a lot of people and people that you knew that listened to the show, and a couple of people that I didn't know that I got to talk to a little bit, but. We hear it at a different level when we actually see the people instead of just kind of seeing their face or who it is on our social media plays. But some of these, they're legit listeners. Like they can actually go back to points and parts of these different podcasts that we've done and talk about it. And you're like, well, I guess we do have some pretty good loyal listeners out there, so that's good.
Absolutely, it was a great time. So Hollywood, how you been, man? I know it's been a few days. We starting off right.
Yeah, once again, great party and everything. Enjoyed it. I love the apple.
I missed it.
That
I
was
was
sweet.
eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was stuffing my face upstairs.
Shout out to Sue for the biggest
Yes.
bite.
Oh, is that who won it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She took
Really?
a chunk. She took a chunk.
Even though she did a belly dance and everything.
I missed that. Are you kidding?
Yeah, she took the chunks.
Yeah.
Good job, Sue. Good job.
Very nice.
Good champ.
Good job. All the ladies were troopers on that.
Yes,
That
they
was
were
awesome.
great. Amazing.
Very cool, very funny, good time, man.
Yeah, that was a good thing. All great food.
Yeah, it was so good, man.
Yeah.
Can I say something about Nick's ribs? You guys eat Nick's ribs?
Yeah, they
the
were good.
smoked
Oh,
ribs?
the ribs
Yeah.
is phenomenal. I only had 2 of them, but they were great.
I'm just going to say this, that those are probably the best ribs I ever ate.
Way to go, Nick.
He is such, like, those things were finger licking good. Let's put it like that.
And his costume was well put together as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Did you pick a winner for the costume?
No, we wanted to, but there was some things we forgot at the end just because so much went into it. It
Yeah.
just fell by the wayside. But
Yeah, hats off
we
to
can
you,
announce
man.
it. Who you guys think had the best costume? I'm gonna vote for my brother. He's the most put together.
Detail-wise, I definitely would think Nick or the Fish's girlfriend. The witch, because
Yeah,
she had
that
the
was cool,
prop,
too.
she had everything going. She had some scents going on, and I don't know what that
Oh,
was.
yeah. I did smell it. So that was
Yeah,
sweet,
yeah.
though.
Like,
That's
you
cool.
know, and Justin came behind her and tried to smoke it. I'm like, dude, I don't think that's what it's for. But, yeah, it was really cool because she had, like, the whole look going, man. She looked witchy, you know?
yeah,
That's
she did.
sweet.
So it's kind of a tough one, but if I just got to vote, I'll probably say Nick was, man, he had that, like, whatever that thing was going across his eye. We posted all these pictures, by the way, but you can't really pick one because it's not fair
It's
to those
tough,
people.
Yeah, because there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, but, yeah. How about you, Holly? Who would you guys said pick one?
Whoever in the fuck was the pickle?
I was very pickled. That thing was the most uncomfortable thing. And, dude, you know why I had to take it off? Because I damn near pissed all over it. Because, you know, you got to swing this giant pouch that they had at the bottom, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, how do I maneuver my
I thought it was classic.
schwanz out of this thing without pissing all over myself, you know?
It was funny though because you see it online. It doesn't look like much.
Yeah.
He
doesn't.
actually wore it at sitting on the podcast. It was funny.
That
so.
was sweet.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
It fits me just right.
Yeah.
Damn you. So a lot of news to talk about, boys. So
Yeah.
shall we? There it is. right
Yes, there it is.
Crazy
Live.
pickle, man.
So yeah, real quick. Bobby Knight passed away. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't
Yes.
hear about this.
This was
Really?
breaking news. It just came across my phone when
Wow.
we sat down.
Oh,
so
man.
83 years old. I was joking with Holly. Was going to throw a chair across the room. Just to honor him.
Yeah.
He was something else, man, at
Oh, he
Indiana,
was.
wasn't he? He was
Oh, yeah.
like, you like discipline. That guy would just smack his players around. The shit you definitely couldn't get away with now.
How many years ago did he stop coaching? Do you know?
I want to say it's been at least good 8 years.
Okay.
I think he coached up to 73,
Okay.
72, something like
So
that.
he was 83. So yeah, probably about 8-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, that's like one of the who was the coach that was at Ohio State that used to wrestle his. I mean, remember it was Ohio State when Bo Schembechler had the
Heathcote? Judge Heathcote?
No, that was Michigan State. I'm thinking of one of the coaches that was at Ohio State, and I'll figure out his name, but he's the one that threw a forearm and knocked one of the players in the throat and everything. And this is the stuff you would see
Oh,
back
yeah,
in the day, man.
I forgot his name. I know what
Ohio.
you're talking about, though. He was an Ohio State guy.
I know some of these big sports guys are going to listen to this going, I can't believe they can't figure this dude's name out, man.
It wouldn't know Urban Meyer.
Well, no, Urban Meyer, jeez.
Speaking of Urban Meyer, there's a show on Netflix about the Gators, about how he kind of brought the best out of them through that Tebow era.
Oh, yeah.
And, say what you want about the guy, but he knows how to coach ball. Maybe he didn't translate to the NFL as much, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a different ball game with pros and college players. A lot of those pros aren't going to put up with that shit. But you can't deny the greatness that they had.
Yeah.
You know, and that's coming from a Michigan fan who actually absolutely despised them.
What about Steve Spurrier?
Never a Steve guy. You know, he brought that run and shoot offense, though. You know, those were good times with that visor.
No, I love that visor.
So that coach we were trying to think of is Woody Hayes.
Yeah, Woody Hayes.
You go back and look at some footage of this dude, and he was coaching. He was a son of a bitch. I mean, he was right there. That was when the rivalry was the biggest.
Yes.
It seemed like it was. You had Bo Schembechler and Woody Hayes and these guys.
Damn, I think they didn't even like each other, did they?
No. Yeah, there's a little bit of.
They were talking. They were asking him about that. You know, their relationship. There is none.
Yeah, that's how them guys. That's how they talk to each other. I mean, it was like a love-hate, but a real hate, you know.
But being out in the coaching ranks a little bit, even at a high school level, I feel like that old school mentality, there's a place for it at times.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to get away with shit that Bob Knight and, Woody Hayes
absolutely
and
not.
Bo did, back in the day. It's just different. You have to handle things a little bit different. I don't think the kids respond necessarily to that type all the time, So, teach their own, though, man. You can be successful in a lot of different ways.
So, really quick, Philly, just to answer the question, Bobby Knight retired in 2008, 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
That's how fast time went by. His last game he retired from the Big Ten was in 2008, man. 29 seasons he was the head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers from 71 to 2000, and then he was kind of like a assistant coach. He was kind of like an advisor and stuff. But, yeah, it's a long time, man.
Yeah.
Long time.
In other news locally, it was kind of cool to see on Monday night, the day after the game, Max Crosby actually donated $1 million to the University of Eastern Michigan's athletic club.
That's right. He's an alum, right?
Yeah, I think he's from either Plymouth or Lapeer. I forgot which one. I got him and Hutch messed up. But I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
For a guy to come back home and lifelong Lions fan, had that chip on his shoulder. You could see he was chirping all night long Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
And that dude's a stud, man. I got to give it up to him. He's a hell of a ball player. Yeah, but that's really cool. We highlight a lot of negativity, but it's good to see them actually give back.
Yeah, I think Hutch and they exchanged Crosby. They got Crosby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I keep on saying, now Bill Cosby. It ain't Bill Cosby, but they exchanged jerseys at the end of the game. They were on the field signing stuff, and I thought that was kind of cool too.
Yeah, that's really cool. So P. Diddy.
Oh.
P. Diddy, last year he did the Joker for Halloween. I think we talked about that on the show. Phenomenal job. Actually got a cease and desist paperwork from Warner Brothers saying he can't do that anymore. So to counteract that, he dressed up as Batman this year.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
So, I mean, are people that petty? Like, come on, it's Halloween, man. Is it them just trying to get money, shut it down? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, pathetic.
He gets some ridiculous amount of royalties per song played or something like that. Yeah, that one that he did with the Notorious B.I.G. He gets like so much per play on Spotify or Apple Play. He gets big money. That guy's loaded.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of petty.
For Halloween, man.
Yeah, give a guy a break.
So how about this?
Bullshit.
Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son. He's dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Oh.
And he wants MJ to be his best man in his wedding.
Are you kidding me?
I swear.
Come on.
Isn't that crazy?
That's some big balls right there. He needs a wheelbarrow instead of
if you're MJ,
Campbell.
What do you do?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's kind of
it's your baby boy.
So your baby boy is
that's crazy.
He's dipping into Dipplins.
Yes, sir.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Yeah, nailing it all up in her.
What's the age difference on that?
I don't know exactly.
Oh my God!
Obviously, Lars is a little bit older, so just a very, very awkward, weird situation. I'd hate to be MJ in that position. I don't think they were. There's a lot of animosity between Michael and Scottie to begin with. I think because Scottie says a lot in the media. He wouldn't have won as much without me. I was just as pivotal to that team, which you can argue a lot of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's still, no matter how you look at it, MJ's Batman, he's Robin.
Yeah, no.
It's what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You follow me?
I do. It's actually a good one, man.
So, I mean, it's tough, though. That's a weird situation.
I don't know, man. Why do people want to get so worked up over that? Just let it crazy, man. I don't know. Fucking just let it happen. Screw it, man. Let it happen.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Oh, God, Lars. So that's all I got for news, fellas.
Go ahead, Hollywood.
Well, I got. They say that 63% of Americans drink at least one sugar juice or pop per day, which is awful high in America. A lot of the sugar drinks. It's a study of even the power drinks. They want to get that down because they said that's a real issue with diabetes and everything. With these sugar drinks, and some are just really, really loaded. Did you hear about the one family that was suing Panera for that powered lemonade a drink. It had so much caffeine in it.
I seen something about that. What is that? Because of the caffeine? Did somebody pass away?
Yes, their daughter.
Wow.
Passed away, and they said that they didn't put up the significant signs of the ingredients on there, how much caffeine, blah, blah, blah. So now they're going after it soon because they don't want this to happen to somebody else. But it's really high-octane lemonade drink.
So, like, excess caffeine?
Yes, and all that.
Made her, like...
And she couldn't have all that.
Wow.
But they said, it states here, this is what's in it, this and that. So they got that in a civil lawsuit, selling for millions.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah. And then, of course, we know, last but not least, the UAW across the board has tentative agreements with all the big three.
Thank God for that, man.
So we'll see what goes down. We know that Ford's going this week to try to ratify it. We'll be going next week, Stellantis. And then General Motors will be going the day after announcing it. And then they'll have their vote. So probably somewhere near mid-November, it'll either be declined or it will be pass, which I think it's probably going to pass. We're outnumbered with the 2 tiers, which will no longer be 2 tiers.
Right, I heard they're getting rid of the tier system.
Yeah, but with them people there, we're outnumbered as of now.
Okay.
So, and a lot of benefits for them, so it's almost probably going to pass. I would probably say like an 80%.
Now, after that, is that effective immediately, or is that at the top of the year? How's that work?
Yeah, what they'll do is it goes to the committee first. The committee overlooks at it, and they bring it down to the locals. Send it to the locals. The locals will talk to you first. Hey, this is what's going on. This was on the board. This is what they're offering. Blah, blah, blah. We think it's a great deal. We talk through all these committees, and so we suggest that, we pass it, and, people come up, they want to talk, blah, blah, ask all these questions. So the one thing about that is when you have these tentative agreements and then say it does go south, you could go in there to your next one and be much lower.
Okay.
It's the chance you're taking. Once that offer comes in, that's it. Yeah. It's you either could get more or you could get less. It's a counter offer. Right. So most of the things that I seen, I'll be looking tomorrow, which is, there's a lot of stuff that was given back. You know what I mean? And, so I think it'll probably pass 80. It could be higher, but I think it'll go all the way across. People are glad to get back to work.
Do you think it's one of those things where you aim for the moon, but you get the stars?
The stars, and then you go to the bar.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Go to the bar.
Well, hopefully people get back to work and it all works out.
Yeah, and you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people today that have been out for like 40 days, and they were so happy just to, they got held out. They were part of the 2 tiers. They went from working every day all of a sudden to once a week.
Right.
And then nothing.
Yeah.
So hopefully it all works out. It's good for everybody. Of course, you're always going to have some sour apples. It's never enough.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Sure.
That's what I got.
Very good.
All right. So I only got maybe 1 or 2 small things here. So no tip, no rush. DoorDash warns tips. People that don't tip will result in slower deliveries. So DoorDash is warning customers that if they don't add a tip for their delivery driver, they may be waiting a lot longer for their orders. The food delivery service rolled out a new pop-up disclaimer in an ordering app pictured that's on the site that prompts the customers to tip. And then if you don't, the warning will come up. It'll read, orders with no tip may take longer to get delivered. Are you sure you want to continue?
I could see that.
I understand it.
I mean, that's how they make their money, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's how these people are going to get their pay. And so, I mean, if you're too damn lazy to get in a car, or you just can't do it, or some people can't drive or don't.
And then you're just not going to give them a tip. I see that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of shitty, right? I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, you don't have to tip $100, but at the same time, I think
they do it at people at work. They come there and they order out and they bring it to the gate and exchange the food, and it's like
nothing.
No tip, and you can just walk away that proudly. Like you're pathetic.
I changed my mindset on that, and it was just kind of like, we know people that are in the business. I myself, I work in that industry, so I see these poor girls. Some of them are great waitresses, and they do a lot for these customers, and hey, can you bring me this? Can you just like, I'm not your slave, but And then they get up and leave, and you look and see if they left anything. It's like nothing. Maybe they put it on the bill. I don't know, but I don't think
I wouldn't care if you gave him $1. Something.
Yeah.
You just walk away. Oh, wasn't my money. Everyone pitched in. Wow, you're that cheap. Wow.
Yeah, because they're getting like minimum. Because I did this for a while during COVID in the winter because I was getting ready for a trip to Florida, and I just want to make some extra money. It was still COVID. A lot of things were shut down. You couldn't do much. I'm like, shit, I'm going to go try to make some little extra money.
Yeah.
So those orders, you could actually skip them on there. You don't give no tip or a low tip. You don't have to take those orders. But,
yeah, right.
You know, the more trips you reject, their score goes down and things like that. So everyone's out there just trying to make a buck, man. Just be fair. Again, you don't have to tip a ton. I think some of their fees are ridiculous.
Well, a lot of times they hit you with that $5 right out the gate.
Yeah.
The company does.
Yeah.
Out $5 just to deliver it.
For sure.
So they're looking at that, well, that's his tip. And I'm like, he don't even get that.
It has nothing to do with the driver.
I wanted to show you guys because this kind of coincides with this topic here. So didn't have a lot of time to eat going down to the game on Monday. So I had no other choice but go to the concession stand. So Philly, go ahead and read these numbers off. These are the prices at the concession stand. So I ordered 3 sandwiches and a soda. So big boy, we know big boys. I just want to get a burger and a Slim Jim or something simple. 2 sandwiches and I got one for my wife. What was the big boy rack?
$22.58. And then
that was
the
for
big
2
boy double deckers, $10.29.
How much was a large Coke?
Large Coke is almost $7.50.
Yeah, my total is
$42.78.
And now they asked for a tip. And these are concession workers. They're volunteers, so I don't know if that tip goes to their charity or whatever, but $44 for 2 basically Slim Jim little ham sandwiches and 1 double-decker hamburger, the big boy sandwich, and it wasn't even a big pop. It was like 16 ounces, 40-some bucks. Their tip started at 50, went 15%, 20%, 25%, 30%, or in a corner, no tip at the very end.
Yeah.
I mean, am I going to spend $50? I mean, that's what they nail you on, man. Yeah. That's why so many people are tailgating, and that's why so many people... Now, that kind of tip is a little bit, because they already got shit.
You probably should have grabbed something on the way there.
Normally we do, but it was a day that we both had to work, and it was all like, oh, are you going to go? I don't know. See if Bree would go, and it was like, oh god damn it, we're looking at the clock and we got traffic, we got to go. So I left out the house. I'm like, I'll just get something at the ballpark, and that's what I did, and I paid the price, man, severely.
Now, if you're at a restaurant, let's just go around the table. $42 bill. Say it's you and the wife. What are you tipping on that?
I'd round that up to 8. I'd throw $8 on that. I think it's fair right there. Leave $40 cash.
If it's solid, man, I'm always in that 20-25% mark. Just because again of what I've experienced and whatnot and what have you. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
About the same, Hollywood?
Yeah, I usually throw like a 10 or something. It depends on how good. She's quick, and if it's a 10, I automatically throw 11. It's a good lucky number.
Right.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you could be like my mom, throw 50 cents.
I've seen people do that. With nothing.
I hate to put her on blast, but it is what it is. It's been well talked about. So I took her and my uncle out to eat last week. It was roughly around that, right? And she said, "Don't worry, Michael, I'll tip." He's like $3 on the table. I was like, come on, this sweetheart was running her ass off, did a great job. So after I paid the bill, I went back and threw her, another $5. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, well, she's getting paid by the hour anyway.
She's watching me like a hawk. I'm getting that side eye. What are you doing?
I think that might be like their generation, because everything seems like my mom still thinks like, because your mom just came back from Vegas, right? And so it's funny. I was listening to my mom talk about, me and Dad went to Vegas so many times. Go to that buffet. They got them cheap buffets out there called buffet. I go, Mom, there ain't no such thing as a cheap buffet anymore in Las Vegas. Oh, we only paid $4.99. I'm like, shit. $4.99. So my sister goes there, and she's like telling me like a pack of cigarettes are $22. She's like, Brian, she goes, me and Andy ended up getting 2 freaking chicken sandwiches when we were at Caesar's Palace, and like we split a Coke and we each got a French fry. She goes, that was like $60. I'm like, what the fuck? Did they kill the chicken in front of you and depuluck it? And they made a turducken. But it was like crazy. I'm like, that much? He goes, I said, rent a car. Because between all the Ubers and all the shit that they did to get around, it was like close to $400.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, nothing's cheap anymore. Even Las Vegas.
Even when I went out there we went, I want to say like 10 years ago. We got Subway, right? Our first day there, we're walking the strip. We're like, all right, let's grab some lunch. So quick lunch. For a foot-long meal for 2 of us. Guess how much we paid?
Foot-long meal for 2 of you. $39.
It was over $40.
Oh, my gosh.
That's just what it is out there. That's how they make some money.
Yeah.
Because tourists are going to pay it no matter what.
Gotta eat, right?
It's crazy, man.
Just can't fathom that. That's the kind of money you're going to spend. But, entertainment. Look, you guys, $400 to go watch a wrestling match. I mean, park your car, grab a bite to eat. Got to have a couple beers while we're here.
Yeah.
That turns into a $600 night just like that. Entertainment does not come cheap anymore.
It's definitely not.
No.
So with that being said, we're going to take our first break. We'll be back with the fives of the week.
All right.
All right, boys, and it's now time for the fives of the week, episode 101 here. And today we're doing our favorite apps and tools. So this can be a many of things, right? Or it could just be apps on your phone. But I did like certain tools that I use throughout, my daily life that I feel like are very, very valuable, and help me do the things I love to do. So with that being said and whatnot, I got to start off with my MacBook computer.
And what have you.
This was a rather pricey purchase, something I wouldn't normally do, but it was a need. It was a need to do podcast stuff. It was a need to do what I like to do for football, and just paying my bills and things like that in general. So, in 2022, 17 million units they sold. Oh. Numbers aren't out yet. Obviously, we still got a little to go for 2023, but
for Apple MacBooks?
Apple MacBooks.
Yeah, they're pretty slick.
Yeah.
Those things are badass.
I got that Chromebook, and I love it.
Do you? Now, is it a smaller one?
It's 11.5 inch. I mean, the screen, it's good for what I need it.
Yeah.
I pay my bills on it, go on there, scan the site, look at porno. But it does, when I asked the guy, I said, listen, this is what I need it for.
Yeah.
He goes, right here, he goes, you got more than enough here for what you need. And what I paid for was ridiculous with the discount and everything. I walked out of there $80.
Well, you know me, I need a 42 inch. I wear these fucking Uncle Jones here, Tony.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I need a big screen, Tony.
Yeah.
You may run New York, but you don't run here. You don't run your Uncle Junior.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel, the days of the whole sit-down computers, I think, are obsolete.
They are, man.
They're few and far between now.
Yeah.
Those laptops, you take them on the road. Like, I can take mine to the office with me.
Yeah, that's the cool thing.
Pull up Wi-Fi and do what I need to do, for work and whatnot and what have you. So, for me, that's kind of my top tool right now.
Yeah, you eliminate the desk and everything, all that stuff. And, which you could still have a desk to put on, but I take mine anywhere. It could be in the bed, could be on the, the ottoman. I'm sitting there messing around with football and everything. I got my office in the one room. I mean, office, but it's I got paperwork and, all kinds of other things. But it eliminates a lot of that space that you don't need, the big old hard drive and all that garbage. Yeah.
He's got that Tempur-Pedic, man.
I got that big 772, man. It's a great one, man. Computers, where would we be without them? And think about that too, Philly, man. You got everything's wireless, right? You don't have all those freaking monitor hooks and the big tower and
the mouse and all that crazy
unless you're
stuff.
a gamer, right? Gamers have doesn't the Fish have one that's super badass, like mega terabytes for gaming? Those are different, right?
Yeah, my son's got one too. You can buy monitors as big as that TV.
Hey, did you get a new one?
Yeah.
No way, dude. I was gonna. Well, that
was a not Black Friday, but it was the Amazon Prime deals or whatever.
I was gonna hook you up with a 60, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll put that one on the wall, man.
Shit, man. Above the bed. Hold on. Speaking of that red tube.
Feel you.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, B.
I'm going to say the technology with these phones, man. I just think there's so much that we do with these. It is a computer, essentially, in your own hand. Just about everything we do revolves around phone calls and, whatever. If you're on the media, if you're sending emails, getting an email, there's just a lot. You can pay your bills with this thing with, you can load a wallet, they call it, on your app or whatever.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with that thing, man, because I almost bought something way over my head with my American Express card, which I forgot I put on or in my phone in that wallet thing.
Yeah.
And I was just swiping, all of a sudden, boom, there's my American Express card. And I'm like, how in the hell did that get in there? And it said pay now. Had I just got a little bit closer to that little infrared thing that I would have been buying something that I'd be like, whoa, I forgot about that. You got to be careful, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'd say phone technology has advanced so much, and I see so many people with them. Hell, even if you're 5 and 6 years old, they have them.
Yeah. That's a great one. You got to have your phone, man. It's basically a handheld computer.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. It's the way of the world. Like, but I love where I could put my phone down and just walk away from it. You know,
you get away from it, man.
Yeah, it's just, they say it's proven fact that it will pickle your brain in some way through the years with that phone, because it's like a
what's good about it?
It's a magnitude.
It's
people are
mine.
like this. They're like, they got to be. So like, if I go to charge it and I'll leave it, it'd be there for hour and a half. Doesn't bother me.
I do the same. That's why I'm so bad at texting. Is I'll put it up and I won't look at it.
Dude,
yeah.
I definitely
it's good to get away.
think that what you're saying is a good thing. There's been a couple times, not very many, but you put that thing away and you really get back into something you really enjoy. Like, instead of watching a movie and just constantly doing a glance down, just enjoy that hour and a half to 2 hours and get away from it.
I like my laptop better than that.
Do you really? Yeah, because it's kind of, you got to be really, because I noticed that. Like, if I'm not wearing my readers, the shit's too small, man.
Yeah.
You know, they make an iPhone that's, big as a tablet. I might.
Yeah,
I got a holster for that.
My ESPN football, that's just that drives me.
Yeah,
looking over there, checking the sport like that. That's what I like it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah,
I dig it.
What you got, Hollywood?
I have the health app on my phone.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That health app has helped me through this time of me dropping 85 pounds. It gets your stairs, it gets your goals, it gets your treads, your highlights, your highs and lows of the week, what your weekly, trends are. And it's true to the step. Your calories burning, how many flights of stairs you went up. I mean, this app is just
Is it
amazing.
true to the stroke?
Yes. And so
Saul, your heart rate is rising.
What's going on? Give me that tablet.
So, I mean, I suggest, and I tell a lot of people they should put this on their phone and keep it in your pocket, because you're walking around, it tallies everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your heart rate, all that stuff. And so that app is just amazing.
I love it. If you really enjoy that, you probably attest to it. That activity app you can get on your Apple Watch. Mm-hmm. So you can get your actual heart rate and stuff in real time.
Yeah.
Because there's been times like when I was getting out of shape, I would sit there, I'd be having a few drinks or something, and my thing would be going off.
Oh, your heart rate would show that red.
Your blood pressure's really high.
Yeah,
that's how you know to kind of cool it.
From the alcohol?
It could be many things besides.
Looking at that hot ass, Cletus.
That winky squeeze, the Twinkie squeeze.
The 115. I don't understand it. You understand?
That's how I get my cardio with. So that's a good one. I like it. So the next one I have is actually the mic. This is one of my favorite purchases of the last 5 years. An opportunity to create content, speak my mind, have therapy sessions on a weekly with you guys. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's a great investment because we all know they're not cheap. Doing this podcast isn't cheap, but at the same time, you're investing in yourself. So it's one of the best tools I think I ever invested in.
That's actually good. I can relate. I like my mic.
I do.
It's a great mic.
The greatest mic of all time.
These are pro mics, man. You know, you guys see these other podcasts and you see the sheer mics. You're like, man,
you're professional.
James pointed us, Phil, you pointed us in the right direction. I was over there looking at that Mr. Microphone. You got to turn it to like an FM channel. Like, no, dude, you got to have like a real mic.
What's that place that I went to? Guitar place, right?
Guitar Center, yeah.
Guitar Center guys like, this is what you need. Podcast, professional. This is what they use.
Give us a little Ellen Holman, because your voice is just sounding so good tonight.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, here we're going to be approaching the 12 o'clock hour, midnight here.
Thank you for that.
So if you could closely just kind of pull down your brassieres and...
What is up, my bro, my sugar friend?
Braziers. So I am going to share the one with you about the health app. That was one, so I'll just skip over that one. The next one I picked is my blow-up doll I got. Really,
they got some badass ones.
I really enjoy it, guys. I mean, if you're just not getting what you need, you just you go up there to Love is Lane, man. That's where you get it.
Have you seen some
I'm
of the...
serious. You guys think I'm joking?
Are
I'm
they
not.
legit,
No,
though?
Have you seen some of the dolls they got out? Have you
Yeah,
seen it? They
dude.
look real.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. I think that's when you're going too far.
What do you mean?
like a like one that's like they got the ones that are like
It's a
almost
full
human.
body. It's a full body.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
wild,
it's
man.
badass, dude. I'll show it to you next time you guys come over.
And it almost looks real, but it ain't moving. It ain't moving.
What you doing over there, dude?
I'm gonna just think about pocket pussy, man.
I think very nice, Skip.
Hey, at least you know she ain't never complaining. Always taking it deep.
All right, on a serious note, the big screen TV, man. I mean, I was thinking back to the days like when I grew up. Like my parents had a 27-inch Zenith console, and that was mega huge.
Yes.
Very large.
Very large.
And I looked at that TV and said, man, that's a cool, because, you went from like the 21s to this, and then my dad got that bad boy with them projectors in it, like those.
Oh, yeah, the big box.
The one that Non still says is in perfect shape in the basement. Oh, this thing has got a beautiful picture. I'm like, mine ain't even fucking HD. What's that? Don't worry about it.
But that wasn't even out then. And that was good
Love you,
back
Mom.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my dad had you had like a green, a red, and a yellow.
Yes,
and it
yes.
would, it was a
Yes.
projector is all it was. But this son of a bitch weighed like 800 pounds.
I had
right?
one of them. Me and my
You
brother had
remember
matching
Hollywood?
ones, yes.
And you had to like fine tune the screen with the crosshairs.
We
and
thought
all
we
that.
was badass.
And we fast forward here into the 20th century. Now you put these TVs on, it's like looking through a plate glass. I mean, like this QLEDs and now 8K's coming out. and all
Oh, it's
this other
crazy. If you see my
shit.
dad's TV, it's like it's too real. I'm like, this is too real. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm like, yeah, you can literally see the sweat like curled up on the. I mean, it's too
Yeah,
real.
or you see like the little like ducky hairs on the
Oh.
back of someone's neck. Those
a
little
lot of
fine
people
hairs.
say you can see so much that you almost you find yourself super focusing on
Yeah,
it. You don't
it's
really
just-
like it.
yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
I'm not going to go out and pay like $5,000 for a TV.
Yeah, it was like
No, and that's the best part about this is those TVs all started in the tens of thousands when they first came out. Y'all remember that? Like if it was a 55
Oh, God,
flat,
God.
it's like a picture. You can put it up on your wall.
And you got to remember one thing: them TVs now they get stolen. The TVs back in the day, they took 4 people to steal.
Right, you'd have to get a high-low. Hey, yo, Rollo, get your ass up over here. We got a big
You
console.
got the TV, you got shit all up on top, and you got all kinds of
Yeah, man.
ornaments and stuff decorated. Yeah, crazy.
Fucking doilies.
Yeah, that's what we had though.
Shout out to my peeps in Hamtramck.
How was the? How big was that screen on them?
Oh man, you're talking about like
16 inch?
the big consoles.
Yeah,
The one I'm talking about, my dad remembers a 27-inch Zenith, and it had
Okay,
wood.
that's- yep.
And it had open up the doors, and you.
that was a
could
bad
put-
boy though.
Back then the VCRs were like the size of I don't know, like just huge, right? Boombox, and now everything's digital. It just seems like the technology.
Remember the stereos when he used to come in the big box, long
Yeah,
box? You
yeah.
lift it up and put your hand down. There's the record and all that.
Yeah.
But it had a great sound system. That speaker.
Some of the best, man. But yeah, even some people, there's old school people that still believe in that are like into their audio. I have a guy I know that was one of my customers before, and he collected old turntables and diamond needles, and he was really getting into the details. Like he would, like in the vehicles you guys build, Hollywood, you guys use a Macintosh system.
Yeah.
That's the higher end, right? That's kind of like above Alpine and all these other brands that we're used to. But the Macintosh has it's like Bose, but on steroids. But this is like a dynamic sound system. And he's like, if you've never heard that system, you need to listen to it. And you hear all the instruments because they got different type of tweeters and they pitch them a certain way. So it's almost like surround sound.
I had the Beats in my 300. It was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great system.
Remember you had the disc changer, Philly?
I
Turn
did,
this Eminem shit off.
It's flipping on that.
What is this? Satan music?
Yeah, that was my grandma's Jeep. I'll never forget that.
Nice.
What the fuck are you boys listening to? Somebody changed the disc.
Do you guys, now let me ask you this. Do you guys use sound bars?
Oh, I got a couple bars.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah, I love it,
Samsung
man.
badass.
Because like some of these newer TVs, they don't have that bold sound. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at maybe buying some for maybe my 2 living rooms.
I might have one for you for down here. I just got to go through my basement and start looking for it. But there's one you can have. I got
Pretty
but
sweet.
sound bars are sweet, man. Do you agree, Hollywood? You have one out to your crib?
I got one. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it makes that big of a difference.
Dude, I paid $5 something for mine, and I was going to get this $1,000 one. She's like, "Come here, try this one, Samsung. It's on sale." She goes, "I have this at my house." Hit that freaking button, dude. I was like, "Holy shit!"
You got that separate bass. You got like the
I got
box.
the thing over in the back where it rumbled.
Yeah.
Fucking ground. But I got speakers in the front and on top, so it blows up like this and then shoots out.
Yeah, man.
And on the sides, it's badass.
Is it like they call it Dolby Atmos? I think
Something like that,
something like that. So like you can hear different, like a helicopter, for example.
Oh. But when I turn it up, I mean, you can. I rumble the house. It's
If you're
loud.
watching a movie or something, that's probably sweet.
Oh yeah, I can't even turn it up all the way. It's too fucking loud, man.
Yeah.
You can hear it because that thing will say.
Now, does it just have the cords that plug in the back and that's it?
Yeah, very simple, very easy.
Everything's like, it's real, like either HDMI or digital.
Yeah.
That little, with the little light on it, that's your digital cord. It's real simple, man. But yeah, if you want to really embellish that screen, get that sound bar.
Yeah, and she was like some people got the wireless and the one. She goes, you don't need all that. You got everything you need.
You're right, bro, because they got all those speakers and that projects from like
she
the
goes, you
room
don't need
and
all
everything.
them. Yeah, she goes, this kicks out here, bounce off the wall there, off the ceiling. She goes, well, some will put one over here, one there, and then one in the back. You don't need that. Not with this.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. You can do it, man.
So, Hollywood, you were last?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to go with the Credit Karma app. This is a great way for me to stay on top of my credit. This is something, as a young buck, like we've talked about many times, where we kind of shit the bed.
Yeah.
With credit when we're younger.
Shit the bed there, bro.
Overspend a little bit, and it's a great way to kind of stay updated. I've seen stuff that didn't look right. I was able to fix it 'cause I'm on top of it, check it monthly. So it's a great app. It's a great tool for anybody that's trying to get on top of your finances and, just grow. And if you want to make big purchases, you can set yourself up for success and not have to pay for your credit report or go ahead and get a ding on your credit because you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a free app that you can use. So
Right.
and there's things on there where you could, see if you can get approved for a loan for a car or for a home. It does all that stuff for you. So
That's a good one.
very valuable.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Beneath.
Yeah, that's good for a lot of reasons. So back over to me, right, Philly? Mm-hmm. So I picked the cut paste photo app on my phone because I'm just learning how to do memes. Hollywood, I love you, man. But did you see that one I made to make you look like the owner of the Raiders?
Oh, I seen that. That dude was just an ugly motherfucking guy.
Oh,
man.
dude, and I wasn't trying to do that.
No,
but
he's just an
I
ugly
was trying to
motherfucker.
do that, but it was fucking great. I'm like, this guy, man, I could make Hollywood look just like him, man. And there he is. That's what the hell's this guy's name again?
What is his name? Not Buzz.
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis.
I mean, dude, come on, man. That's such a beautiful thing. That's
Ollie, would you ever cut your hair like that?
Fuck no.
That's
Lloyd.
You
Lloyd.
got to listen to something. So we posted that thing, and so back to this stupid thing. That was my app I liked, but there were some people that posted, oh shit, didn't want to do that. Some guys were like, man, where can I find the bowl that where he cuts his hair? You've seen all the comments on that one, but everyone knew it wasn't really him.
Yeah.
But it's so cool when you can just make. I mean, look, guys, I'm a king of memes, but I enjoy doing it as long as nobody's being offended. And if you are, tell me and I'll shut the fuck up and I won't do it again.
No, some are really good, man.
I'm trying to keep it entertaining because people do come to our page and look at the stupid shit. I had Cheech standing on the sideline with Barry Sanders. Legitimately looks just like Cheech with some, and it's the guy that's doing the halftime show.
Yeah,
I took his picture and because Cheech used to have this crazy curly hair. He sent me some pictures today.
So what app do you use again?
You think I'm going to give you all my secrets?
Come on, man. We're talking about our apps,
No,
man.
I'm going to give it to you, dude. The app is called Cut Paste Photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use CapCut. That's the one I use.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there, but just having those kind of things like that, like, I don't know, man. I find it entertaining. And it wasn't me that really understood all this stuff. My daughter was sending me some really goofy shit one night, and I was laughing. I'm like, oh, my gosh, man, how did you do that? And then she's like, oh, it's so easy. And Hollywood, maybe one Saturday morning we'll get together and I'll teach you. He doesn't look at all fucking impressed. He's like, no. He goes, grow up, man. Hollywood's like, what? Okay.
I like ESPN.
I do like photography, but...
I like ESPN.
Yeah, I don't know. She started sending me all this stuff, like, how do you do it? She's like, this is how you do it. And all of a sudden, like, hooked. I'm just, looking for humor.
Gotta keep them coming, man.
Yes.
Hollywood, over to you.
I like Pick Up.
Oh.
Pick Up.
I like it. Pick Up.
A lot of the different movies, and plus the pay-per-views. The free pay-per-views, such at a low rate. The wrestlings could cost you anywhere from what $60.
Yeah.
Big events.
Yep.
And for $4.99, I think it's $5.99. They went up $1. $5.99 a month. You can't beat it.
No.
For the shit you get off there, you can't.
You got movies, TV shows. You got plenty of what you love. So it's
and you can go back
and
see some of the older wrestling ones that maybe you just, you know what I mean, to go look back for that kind of price. You can't
beat that.
No.
You know how I would think about it. Like I don't know. You still have Xfinity, or you cut the cable, right?
I still have it.
You do.
Yeah.
It seems like we've talked about this in a previous podcast, but it almost seems like every 90 days, Comcast, Xfinity, I don't give a shit who you're with, AT&T or, these dish companies, they always figure out a way to keep moving that up. Oh, now it's a new special sports tax.
Yeah,
it's
$3.
this.
Yep.
Or it's a local, tax they have to apply to your bill. So they could just be burying $5, $10 extra dollars every month in everybody's bill times, a million customers, and
I
now
call
they're
them up and get their
sponsoring a
ass
new
every
arena.
time. What are we doing here?
I feel like I'm getting ripped off, man.
Well, a lot of times too, when you threaten to leave, they'll bring you back down to the best promo price. At
Yes,
the time.
yes.
So you have to it sucks. You got to fight that battle every year or whatever, but it's just part of the process.
You got to pull that attitude out. Like, man, I'm done with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
let me run it through my boss.
shit.
Let me see what my boss says.
Sir,
Let me see
can
my
I
boss
put you on a
say.
brief hold? Let me see what I could do for you. I just talked to Saul Rosenberg, my boss, and he said he can give you $5 extra off your boxes this month.
Let me put you on a brief hold. They're back in like
I'm
20
like, look,
seconds.
bitch, I'm done.
Like you're doing me a favor. I know you
I'm
can
so
change the
sorry
price.
about you. I'm so
Give me
sorry
a
about
fucking
it.
The fuck outta here.
Get the hell out of here.
That's a good one. I'm with you, but I'm going with Netflix, and I know it's been under scrutiny a little bit.
Can you share your passcode with me?
No, I can't. We're not. But no, man, so many great shows. I'm actually balls deep into Ballers right now.
Balls deep.
Oh, very
Great show.
nice.
It's on HBO, and it's got my boy The Rock in it.
Nice.
Bunch of actors and actresses you guys would know. It's really cool. I think if you get a chance, check it out.
Right.
So many great shows I missed over the years, and I kind of never a big TV show guy. But after COVID happened, I started binge watching all these shows. And now, from time to time, if I really get hooked on something, I'll sit there and watch it. And Netflix is my go-to.
What about you? Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. That's one of the greatest shows. Breaking
Yes.
Bad. There's so many good ones out there. Like HBO Max is great too. They call it Max now.
Yeah.
House of Dragon. The Wire was a great one.
Yeah.
House of pulsating cocks.
Lactating jar of pickles.
Lob the juice.
Juice. No, but Netflix is great because you can take it on the road too. Same with Pico.
Yeah. Pico.
And I dive down that wrestling hole sometimes too. Go back and
love it.
watch the old school shit. But yeah, so we're both on the streaming app there. What you got, B?
I'm going to say YouTube. I just think that was kind of for me because there's a lot of free content.
Yeah.
By the way, you could find us on YouTube, Philly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
5
Yes,
of the
sir.
week
Yes,
on
sir.
YouTube.
Yes, sir.
1, 2.
Oh.
YouTube, man. I can learn how to fix a garbage disposal. I
say mush too?
Mushroom. But all that different stuff, like you mentioned, like, if you don't or you can't hire somebody, Hollywood, you talked about this before. If you want to, do-it-yourself type video, they're out there. If you bought something, you lost a manual, by golly, go to YouTube. It's soon to be found. Just keep digging deeper. And, people do a lot of cool stuff that are independent, doing their own thing. Sometimes you'll see stuff on there. It's more entertaining than watching the freaking television.
Right.
You get entrenched with hours. There's people who do live slot machines from Vegas. They broadcast live through YouTube, and you can watch some dude just blow $5,000. You're like, damn, glad that wasn't me. By the way, the casinos are not paying out Hollywood.
No, absolutely not.
They're just, they're striking too, right? They're still out
still
there.
on strike.
Yeah, so them machines ain't loose.
Trying to save them coins, man.
I ain't going to do it. Ain't going to win with them.
Can't win with them. So I'm going to say YouTube. I think that's kind of a cool one.
Yeah.
I like it. I think I spend less and less time on YouTube, though, as I get older. It's weird.
Well, I'm getting older, Philly.
I
love it. I don't know.
I'm just saying, for me, to each their own. But
yeah, no.
I love the platform. I do.
There's so many different things out there. Like say you could watch everything off your phone. Peacock got an app. Boom, you got Xfinity. You could sling your recorded television programs right to your phone.
I use that on all these TVs.
Isn't that
Xfinity
cool?
Stream, you can just put the app on the TV and get your cable.
I mean, it's really cool. You know, I mean, I just think that's the best thing about these apps is like all this technology. You can do what you just said. You know, you don't have to have like a box. Like just stream it right from your phone right to your TV with a Bluetooth.
Huge.
It's a beautiful thing. Great. Come play golf at Mar-a-Lago.
Hollywood.
I'm going to say Google.
Nice.
Google's probably the top dog.
Please tell,
to
Mr.
get
Gates.
Wherever you would like to go and find, it can be found there through Google.
It can be found.
It can be found.
Do you ever go in incognito mode?
No.
You don't know? Do you know what that is, Hollywood?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't do that when you're at work? They'll never know.
Yeah.
They'll know.
But anything you need to
Somebody's
pull
watching.
up. Yeah. Big lip swan diving. Yeah. They got it all. Google's. I've learned so much through Google.
Stepmother does, son.
Bring that old cashmere coat out here. Gee, I love it, man.
You're bigger than your daddy. Come here, stepson. You're bigger than your daddy.
Gotta love freaking Google. More ways than one.
Oh man, that's great. I'm going to lump in because of all the things we do, but the social media websites.
Yeah.
I know there's like a surplus of it. And sometimes, as long as you're not overdoing it, you know, it's very valuable. You know, like I go back and look at some of the memories that I no longer have on my phone, my old ass computer. You know, I can't get on. I go back and look through memories, you know, and it brings me back to that time. It's almost like a memory bank.
It's cool. It's nice. It's
So
good
that's
deal.
why I really enjoy Facebook, and I can connect with people I can't see every day. Talk shit, you know, send each other stupid memes. You know, I get buddies that I haven't talked to in a while, but we still send each other crazy shit. It's a fun way to connect still. So if it's used for the right reasons, you know, and you know, Instagram, sometimes you're just flipping through, you're just looking at all that tits and ass.
Don't say that. You never go across by that grand ribbon out of
That's what I'm saying, man.
There's some whack stuff out there. I'm going to share with you, man. The social media, there's multiples, like you said. We use some of them here on our podcast. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify,
TikTok.
YouTube. What's the one at
TikTok.
Apple Podcast? So we use
TikTok.
them all, but it's kind of the way of the world now, man. If people want instant access to things, it's in the now moment. You don't have to wait. It's right there at your fingertips. Using that Google, right?
Yeah.
Using everything, you can find almost anything. Hell, directions to a place you don't know where the hell you're going. The Waze app.
Yeah.
That's another one. I love that one, you know. Google Street Maps. You guys ever seen this one? You can just dial down on your property.
You ever had what was it, Streets and Trips? It was a software you had to put on your
I
computer.
know one that's
back in the
called
day.
Street and Chips.
But you actually had to download it, and you'd have to put your routes in there.
Oh, okay.
This was like when they had, remember MapQuest?
Yeah,
Yeah,
MapQuest.
this was like-
That's the one I was thinking
Like
about.
during those days, yeah. But you could put in, and I had to do that back on my GPS for work back in the day. They handed me a master route sheet and said, "Here you go figure it out."
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell, man?
Man, that's going back to them old days. You really go to the, like, before all that technology was available. You're like, hey, man, you guys sell maps at this gas station for what? Remember, we used to use maps, Hollywood. If we went on some long ass trip, we didn't know where we were going. It was
Oh,
a
yeah,
map.
you're pulling it out. You're
Go to
looking at
AAA.
Atlas.
Can I get a map of
Yeah.
Wisconsin?
You got one in your glove box.
It's so funny. You guys have probably experienced this, but I had my kind of older man, veteran, young guy.
All
moment
right, here it comes.
where
All right.
I was talking to a buddy,
see you, big
buddy
fella.
at work where he's only 24, so he doesn't know what it's like when internet came out. Like, I got a chance to witness all that. I was like, man, I wish I could have experienced that, like how new and fresh it was, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'll never, forget that dial-up AOL shit, you know what I mean?
I think that's where Andy got his laugh. You got mail.
It's crazy times, man. AIM, that was your first way of communicating online.
Yeah, instant messenger. That was like, oh man,
It's wild. This kid
hit
really
the
has
button, you're
no
like, oh,
idea.
shit. Yeah.
No idea what that was like, and I, experienced all that.
Isn't
It's
that
kinda
wild,
cool.
though, man?
Yeah.
You talk about this young cat, 20-some years old, and then you get that moment. In Hollywood, we could probably speak to many of those in our time already, but it's starting to happen now.
Yeah.
The next gen's behind you, and now you're the guy that's going, really? It's like the first time my daughter seen a cassette player in a car. Her Pontiac G6 she bought. She goes, Dad, what is this thing? I'm like, oh, it's a toaster, man. You can put a piece of bread in there. It'll toast your bread. She's like, really? So they're fitting a bunch. She goes, no, seriously, what is it? I go, it's a cassette player. She goes, what's that? And then you got that, I'm kind of getting old, and then nowadays it's like collector's items, right?
Oh, ain't no doubt. They'll put them back in there.
Well, it's like now, like my son's car, it's an 08, right? So you need an aux cord to play music. Your own music.
Yeah, long plug.
It's so foreign. Like everything's all like right off your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need no cords except your charger.
That's it,
Plug
man.
And go.
Yeah.
So times just continue to change, and it's only going to evolve, man.
Now they got fireplaces simulating in the dashboards. How with these Grand Cherokees you guys are building down there with Stellantis, you're like, damn, man, they make these things so badass now. Everything, technology's right there. Boom. 4K screens, everything.
You ever fire up the Pornhub on one of those yet? Hold it on the live, bud.
You ever pull out your aux cord, bud?
I'll fire that bad boy up today, bud.
Good morning.
So that's my 5 boys.
All right. I shared the social media with you, so it's a quick skip over. Hollywood, you rounded off.
My last one is Venmo.
Ooh,
Learn the Venmo.
He dines
learn
with
how
kings
to
and queens.
bring
Venmo
the cash.
Yes.
Put the cash right there.
You know how to do Venmo,
Cash.
Hollywood?
Yeah, I learned
dude,
it.
I don't even know how to use fucking Venmo. Call Pickle, whatever you want. Dude, that's so cool, man. Like, my wife's like, you can do Zelle, you can do Venmo. I think she Venmoed Samara some stuff.
Yeah, it's very easy.
It's like, I guess, please talk about it. I want to know.
Well, people say, you got Venmo? I'm like, no, man, what the fuck is Venmo? It's like, dude, I could give you money, whatever, pay. I said, I ain't really into that shit. He's like, no, it's cool. It's a way of, getting your money, just, because like they'll try, if you get it right away, they'll charge you like 35 cents, I think it is. So, but if you wait for 3 days, you get all of it. So I went on there and started putzing around with my buddy. He's like, man, you need to really have this, man, for real. So he started showing me, and he's like, and you go by and you look at it and you'll see some of these people pop up if you know them. So say you goes, just say you want to, borrow $5 or whatever, or he owes you $5, go in there, request it to him, $5, put the amount in there, then hit his name, boom, hit request. It'll go to him, let's just say Steve Smith. Requested, blah, 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 $5. He goes and looks at it, okay, the request, he puts the 5, okay, send it to me. It's right there, boom. Once it transfers, it goes in my bank.
So what if you're like at a strip club? You're like, dude, I need $10.
I can transfer right there.
I'm sure you can Venmo at a strip club.
Is that going to be part of the deal with some of these chicks? Like, hey, you could pay me right now. It's cashless, but hold your phone up and pay people.
I'm telling you, man.
Motherfucker's got cash out.
Hey, he got numbers in his bank.
Tap that thing like that with the credit card. Kicks
Dude,
right up.
seriously, game changer, right?
Well, we showed you how to Zelle for the first time.
Yeah,
James,
I still
remember?
don't know how to do it. I mean, I come across like I know, like, the guy's got his shit together sometimes, and then like that's the shit I don't get into.
I mean, I wasn't big on it, and I'm still not like pro to it, but it's just like you got to learn some of these things.
Play with that.
It's a quicker
straight up
way.
Cash, man. I walk around with that money in my pocket, old school.
But some don't. Some don't.
That's a bill I got to pay, by the way. I forgot to pay it. I was like, shit. God damn it. I ain't got that much money in my pocket.
No, it's so much easier for everything. I mean, some people are like, you're putting this money into space. I don't know where it's going to go. I've never had an issue.
No, I mean,
there's people that could get into your account. There's breaches all the time with these companies and things like that. But really, they're few and far between. And if you read the policy, your money's protected up into a certain amount. So you'd be all right. You might have to go through some things,
Yeah.
But I never had an issue with those apps. I think it's great.
I know I got the apps on my phone. But I was going to have to. Now, do you think we get together on another Saturday after I teach you how to do memes? You could show me how to do Zelle, and
that's easy.
That's cool, man.
It's got to be like the same
I'm going to
thing.
hang out with Hollywood another
You
Saturday.
guys going to teach each other some
The
things.
same thing.
Rub your feet.
He's like, no.
Get the hell out of here.
Thank you for that.
All right, with that being said, we're going to take our last break, and we'll be back with the
Word
sports.
up.
Yes.
All right, boys, back once again with the sports portion of the show. A lot to talk about in the wide world of sports. Ladies and gentlemen, some breaking NFL news. So we had the NFL trade deadline, right?
Yes.
Big news over there in Las Vegas where they cut ties with our boy Josh McDaniels, a.k.a. Josh McHoff.
Offensive coordinator and whatnot and what have you.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him.
So Compton native Antonio Pierce, former NFL linebacker for the Giants, he's going to take over as head coach. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting, man.
It's
very
kind of
interesting.
Vegas is weird, man. I mean, it's like I felt like they had something going with Carr, and then they move on from him. They bring in Adams, his boy. McDaniel it could never seem to get it going over there.
He can't. He doesn't have it. He is an offensive coordinator, period, by far. And he'll probably go back to New England with what you call is probably what ended up happening.
I mean, that's twice now. Do you guys think he gets another shot?
No, absolutely. He's a horrible head coach.
I think he needs to take the rest of the year off and just kind of, he has the accolades being a good offensive coordinator. He went to New England, did great things. He was there for all, 6 of their rings there. But you would think a good offensive mind like that would have some great things happen with offense. Just when he took the team over, Gruden got fired, then they had the interim coach in, and then they hired McDaniels. It just seems to me like he never found his stride. I mean, he just kind of faltered to that system. And, there's egos there and, and you get some of these marquee players. But I don't think Jimmy G's the answer to that team, man. I think he looked better in San Francisco based on the players around him than he really is as a quarterback. I think he's a average quarterback. I think we've seen that on Monday night. Any quarterback in the NFL gets pressure, he's going to look like shit. Yeah. But Garoppolo really hasn't done anything significant. And I don't know, man. But that was like the owner just caved in. He's like, screw this, man. I'm paying some crazy money. But he's still going to get 4 years of his contract.
Yeah, but why? Yeah. I mean, ever since Gruden left.
Gruden had that team moving in the right direction.
And it's the Raiders. I mean, you got to bring back the days of Lyle Zato and all them long, and you don't have it anymore. You got Devontae Adams. He's so pissed. Jacobs, another good. You got Michael Myers. I mean, it's horrible, and it comes down to Dan. Not everybody can be a head coach. You just can't. He doesn't have the credentials to be a head coach.
Michael Mayer, not Michael.
Our Mayer.
You are disqualified, sir.
Notre Dame.
We're still in the Halloween mood here, man.
That would be sweet, then, Michael Myers.
So it's Michael Mayer.
Yeah. Okay. Jason, Freddie.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point with Gruden there, he just seemed like a Raiders football player.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate, with what he said or whatever, but, there's a lot of guys that came out and supported him. Like, hey, man, sometimes, things are said. Football locker rooms and things like that are different. I'm not condoning any racial bullshit or whatever like that, but, I mean, let's face it. The guy is a great football coach. He had the team going. It's very unfortunate because that team was back on the rise.
Would it have been different if it was a black coach and he said that?
I mean,
Mel Tugger.
Think about it. Would it have been any different? It is what it is. If you call your own self that, your own culture that, you're no different, and you can't make it right.
Does Chucky get a chance to come back?
I think Chucky would be back. If Davis knew the outcome of this, he probably would have never got rid of him. I think he would have just said, hey, man, we're going to have to fine you. You're going to have to take some time off. Like Harbaugh, he's not out of the woods yet with this whole Michigan spot, the Spygate thing he's got going.
Yeah, that was my next thing, too.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I just think it's like you got to forgive some of this stuff, but,
Yeah, you can't make it right for one and not the other.
Sure.
Gruden was all in. Gruden was all in on that team.
Yeah.
Knock on wood if you're with me, man.
Move on, apologize, whatever, make an apology, blah, 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 sincere.
Mike Glennon. We needed a guy with some neck.
Yeah.
John Gruden.
Yeah.
Ohio, Dayton. I don't know what he said, but it's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's a riot. But, to the Michigan point, man, this... Apparently
Hail to the victors.
Media came out, said they rescinded the offer. Media is crazy. That's what drives me nuts about the fake news. That wasn't the case. Everything was on pause per the investigation.
Yeah, like Harbaugh said, we'll let everything unravel and they'll see the truth.
Yeah.
So we're going to move it forward until, they come out and they'll realize and this and that. He said that, Davis, all that stuff, let them do it. Let them do their investigation.
Now, could this be a mix-up of you're allowed to go to other games, right, and scout teams? People do that at every level.
Why can we not? I don't understand.
Now, was technology used to film signs? I guess that's the biggest thing. That's something you can't do.
But don't you change them? Come on.
You should, right. It's like Prime said. Like I asked Cheech the other night on 100. He said, hey, if someone's running a jet sweep, you still got to stop it.
That's
if
right.
I outblock you,
that's right.
It's not going to matter what we call.
Yeah.
You can know it's coming, but if we dog you out, we're still going yard. So there's that too.
You guys are ex-coaches, so you guys understand. And you're coaching current right now.
Yeah.
And you go and do you remember the days when you had to go scout another team?
I would always send a guy.
You'd send a spy out, and you would be watching for signals, or you'd be watching for how the coach signals it. So what's the difference between that and just stealing a signal? Or was it that this kid was hired?
All money, man. All money.
And he was buying all these Big Ten tickets to go to these games, and he was spying out all these other teams. I mean, I don't quite understand it.
No, and it's funny because you'll hear things in passing if you're just at other games, right? Like someone had one of their coaches up in the bleachers. I was just there as a spectator watching because you're scouting, right? That's what everybody does.
Yeah.
And I heard what they called the blitz, right? So I let the guy know, not in game, but for the next week, because we were playing them in 2 weeks. So I let the team that was playing them before, I was like, this is what they call when they call a blitz. They still whipped their ass. Didn't matter that I told them that.
Right.
You know, but hey. I mean,
it happens, though. I mean, that's part of the sport. I mean, that's why coaches... I'm sure there's coaches for the Detroit Lions that are traveling to the next team's away game if they're going to watch them.
You've seen so many times in
not
high
just
school.
film, you know.
The guy up there at the clipboard, and he's sitting over there, he's taking his notes, boom, and he comes down after he's already, okay, they try to run this in this type of situation. We don't know when it's going to come, but here's the formation.
Right.
And they try to do this sweep and pass, hitch pass. So they prepare. It's always been in football.
I think so, Hollywood. I mean, that's been there forever.
It just is what it is. I mean, come on. You're taking binoculars away and stuff like that. You're going too far. Let's talk about control of the officials of the game. How much control do you have of the game dictating these games?
Too much.
That's
too
a
much.
fact right there.
Too much.
How could that persuade?
That's what always drives me nuts is when officials have... With all the technology that we do have at our disposal, they're still able to screw up these calls that have... damage to the outcome of the game. It's a problem. Significant outcome to the game on some of these terrible calls. It drives me nuts. It should be able to get fixed.
And we had one the other night when they all congregated together. There's no flag. You called it.
That's bullshit.
It was a penalty.
And how could the receivers influence to get the flag? They're like, they start wailing their hands like that. And all of a sudden the ref's like, oh, okay, here's a courtesy. Here's a pass interference, number 72.
Yeah.
It's like,
I got money riding.
Yeah, let me make one up here.
There's conspiracies around that, though. Seriously, that Vegas is so entrenched with some of these bets. I mean, look at some of the lopsided games we've seen a couple weeks ago. None of us could get the game. We were all up and down with our picks because the teams you thought were a shoe-in and... the upsets were there. So the spreads, the money, I don't know. What do you think, Philly?
I don't want to believe it.
Nah,
it ruins the
ruin
integrity of the game.
Yeah,
it would really
right.
piss me off and sour me.
What's the name said
why I
that
still
on his
believe in Santa
podcast? McCaffrey or the blind? I think he's a derelict. The kicker? McAfee or the one that's in the wrestling?
Oh, McAfee.
McAfee's gone. He's all fucking crazy and shit like that. But, I think there should be a pool. This way, if you mess up, you can go back, put him in the pool, and pull a guy up. You know what I mean? He said, because you can't be taking control of these games. This is these guys' livelihood. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They come out and play, and then all of a sudden, one flag can change a whole game.
Yeah.
Or a whole season for some cases. Look at the Lions, how they got screwed out of a potential win in a playoff game because of the Kelvin Johnson thing.
Imagine in a fourth
batting
quarter.
The ball in Seattle. I mean, just throw your whole
and you're
fucking
up by
game off.
6. You're up by 6 in the fourth. It's fourth down.
Yeah.
They go for a pass, and you're both turned back like this, going for the ball, and the guy trips in your feet, and then all of a sudden it's a late delay, and he just goes to his pocket.
And you see it all the time.
You see it. You literally see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dictating of the game.
It's like, hey, psst, psst, Sal, throw that flag. We got a lot of money. Yeah, we got you right here.
Yeah.
Holding.
Right.
Just keep an eye. Just keep an eye.
It could definitely influence a game.
Crazy. So, trade deadline. Obviously, we were hoping for a little bit more here in Detroit. We ended up getting DJP from Cleveland, hometown boy, which I think it's great for depth.
Nice, yeah.
It's a nice piece. Again, like B, we talked about this earlier. I know we want these splash plays, and I know social media was in an uproar, but at the same time, you got to take into consideration it takes two to make a trade. Guys have trade clauses where they can dictate where they go. Okay, I'm going to Frisco. Cool. You want to send me to Detroit? No.
Yeah,
for whatever
right.
the reason may be.
Yeah.
Those types of things go on, so we can't be blind to that fact.
I was real surprised that the list wasn't bigger. Were you?
Not really, because trades are tough. Because you're moving a lot of money mid-season. You got your practice squads. You got a lot of stuff together. But, anything's possible. We've seen that with the Rams. How you can, flub salary cap money, turn stuff into signing bonuses and whatnot. But I was surprised we didn't make a bigger splash, yes. But I think they're banking on, Gardner Johnson coming back, James Houston coming back, which will help the pass rush. Your O-line's going to get healthy with the bye coming up. You're going to get Monty back. So
we need to get a long snapper. We lost our snapper.
Is he done?
Yeah, he's done. So Ballbach or whatever, the guy that used to be the guy that got beat out for his position last camp, Ballbach or whatever, the guy was here.
The Mule.
He was here forever. So there's talk of possibly getting him to come in because that's an underlooked position. Think about
got to go out and get somebody else.
You got to get. I mean, you could fuck up a snap and it could cost you a football game, right?
Yeah.
So that's a really important position that a lot of people don't really give a lot of credit to. Just like having a good kicker. I mean,
and that's all he does.
That's all he does. Yeah. That's all he does. He's a long snapper. That's it. Damn. You got to have that rotation. You got to know how to do it.
Nice and tight.
Nice and tight. Just perfect every time. We had a guy here for a long time, Mule, right? Mm-hmm. And now this guy that I forgot his name, but he's out.
It was Daly.
Number 47, I think.
Yeah.
He got banged up. He was a guy that was on the field for a while, and then he got up, and then I think he got pretty messed up where he can't play now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about.
It's tough. John Jones, UFC fighter, some call the greatest of all time. He recently got hurt in training, so this big fight, super fight, that was supposed to happen is not going to happen now with Stipe Miocic, so that's going to have to wait another year. So that's unfortunate.
Where's that guy from? Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Miocic,
the
guy.
Yeah. Was it Ngannou and
Fury? How about the Ngannou? Drops Fury with an overhand left hook. Now, you're the heavyweight champion of the world. Ngannou goes a split decision, which I think he should have won. And because Fury has a fight set for December 23rd against Usyk, I think that was bullshit. Even though it wasn't up for the titles, that guy wasn't even expected to go the distance. Okay, do his 5 rounds, get taken out. And Fury just came in like I'm going to walk through this guy. This guy's nothing. And this guy hung in there.
Yeah.
This guy has gotten the world boxing respect from a lot of fighters and analysts. This wasn't supposed to happen tonight.
Right.
So Fury looks really, really bad now. Your lack of training, you just took this guy for nothing, and he ended up, when he hit him and he went down, he looked like, oh shit.
Ngannou's a beast now. He's one of the best UFC fighters ever.
Yes, he's huge. And I never really seen him fight, and I'm like, guys, you need to go see the stuff he's done, man. Mm-hmm. So I'm a big fan now. Okay, this guy's legit.
That's why he wanted more money, and Dana White would only give him what they gave him, so he was out.
This guy's legit.
And he's got a boxing background.
And I think he can win a champion within the next year and a half, and then go retire because he's 6?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
More to come on that. So a big event in Saudi next weekend, Crown Jewel.
Yes.
Let's talk about the main event, Reigns and LA Knight. Does LA Knight have what it takes to dethrone the undisputed Universal Tribal Chief?
I think he does. I think he does. Can you say it?
L.A. Knight, yeah.
They'll be saying L.A. Knight. As we saw that program last week. Yeah. Let's hear it.
He's all the hotness right now. Let's see if they ride the wave or not.
Yeah, let me talk to you. When he sat there and he walked right by Roman Reigns like he was nothing.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
Hasn't been done yet.
No, it has been done. And then when he sat at the table and said, I want you to acknowledge me. He's got a bit of that, like you said, the Rock and Stone in him.
Yeah.
And I got to see that guy coming out there with a win.
I just don't think it happens. I think the Chief he's on a different level.
Do you think the family jumps in that causes it?
Yeah, there's going to be
disqualification.
People are going to get more and more angry, and it's going to be more and more of a build, more drama, and it's all going to lead to WrestleMania.
Does Cena help him?
Cena's fighting Solo. He's got a match there too. So there's going to be a lot of stuff because you got Survivor Series coming. So there's going to be a lot of things intertwined there. It'll be interesting. I'll definitely be tuned in to see, but acknowledge your tribal chief once again. So with that being said, that's a lot of stuff to look forward to. But let's break down Monday Night Football here in the D.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Lions, I don't feel like they played their best brand of ball, especially on the offensive side. Defensively, I think they showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
A lot of guys I need to give credit to, starting with Anzalone. This is a guy I've been talking about all season long, which both of you, when we talked about it early on in the offseason, were like, oh, I can't believe they paid this guy.
believe they signed that guy to that much money. He ain't even worth it.
Now this guy's got a fan club.
Colton's
people,
better than him.
They got people dressing up in the stands as him.
Yeah.
He's all
Did you
over
see
the
that?
place.
Dude.
He's flying around. I think
Was it him or Trevor Lawrence?
Great signing.
Says Suzanne Summers. Somebody dressed
Trevor
up.
Lawrence.
Somebody. They had them blind wigs on.
Trevor looks like a lady.
There's a freak show of costumes down there, though.
No, I bet.
Anzalone, man, he played lights out, man. He's
And
playing,
he
playing
he
good.
really is. He really is. I mean, come on. But I just really thought that Crosby wasn't leaving Detroit that night.
That would have been great.
And you know what? I guess we'll get all the details after that, what it might have took, and we'll understand it more. You know, of well, we tried to put this in, or we went after this, and I believe the Carolina thing with Burns, I believe that got shot down. Mm-hmm. And all you can do is try.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want to hear. Well, we tried this and we tried this. Okay. But to not do nothing, you see the Niners go get Young, which I don't think Young's going to really do a whole lot there with them. You know what I mean? I think Sweat's going to do more with Chicago than anything.
He's only had, 14 sacks in how many
Yeah.
seasons? Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a big fan. I really thought Chase Young here, with what we have already, would have been a nice piece to add. But you got to think, man, we're very, very deep. You look at guys like, you got McNeil playing very, very solid ball in the middle. He's generating a pass rush as a defensive tackle, which is great. Hutch, even though he's not getting the sacks per se, dude's got leading the league in pressures. That's something to be said for.
What about
Hell
Douglas?
yeah.
Douglas going to the Bills from Green Bay.
Yeah.
They're stud.
Hey, you got to make moves. Again, I think we're banking on our depth and guys coming back, so that's why we stayed put.
Yeah.
And I think they're deeper than they've been in years, and I think Cam Sutton did a great job on Devontae Adams, even though Devontae got him a couple times.
He only had like 11 yards or something, right, Devontae?
One catch.
Oh, he was
That
pissed.
was
He
horrible.
was pissed, man.
You see him chuck that helmet?
Walked off the field early and shit.
He
Yeah,
was
I don't
pissed.
blame him.
They said he wouldn't trade him. I think it just made more
And he wants
harder
to
for him
go.
deal with
Yeah,
it.
he wants to go.
out.
Like, trade me, man.
Yeah.
Man,
you know.
think about that dynamic. You got Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. Devontae's over there.
Well, he had Carr. Also, you take Carr and you send him over to New Orleans, and it's like,
Yeah, but Hollywood, like you broke up that nucleus of that great Green Bay team because everybody went for different, more money. You know, I want to go here, I want to go there. None of it's worked out so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so sometimes, like you say, grass isn't always greener on the other
You
side.
see Rodgers
Right?
is throwing already, though.
Dude,
If
come
the,
on,
if
man.
the Jets can stay afloat, I believe Rodgers will play again this year.
I believe
and
so,
that's
too.
crazy to me.
You know, we should have the over and under on that.
they got him doing everything for that leg now. He's in high chamber, all that stuff.
CBDs or no?
Oh, everything. They want him back.
Yeah.
And if he gets to the playoffs, and Wilson already knows, this could make you better as a quarterback. Hey, kid, we got here Rodgers here. This will be your team one day. And I was asking a guy today, I go, what do you do, Griff, if this guy gets you to the playoffs? And all of a sudden now you sit him. What do you do to his confidence? You're just not good enough, boy. What do you do, or do you take it and go, I understand this will be my team one day. I did my job.
Yeah.
Why he was hurt, but I will reclaim this one day and be a part of it.
I think this is like one of those, not an asterisk, but like exception seasons because Aaron Rodgers is one of the best of all time.
Yes.
You got him for a reason.
It's crazy.
Even though
Think
we
he'd
can't
come
stand
back.
the guy because he killed us here in Detroit for so many years, but if he can come back and play, I think you got to. This is what you went all in for.
Yeah.
This was your missing piece. This was like Stafford to the Rams type deal to get you over that hump. Now you got this bona fide future Hall of Famer here. You didn't pay him all that money to sit there and watch.
No, yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. I still think Zach Wilson has a future. I said that a long time ago when everybody was ready to throw him
He's
out.
growing up. You see that he's growing up.
Yeah, he's gotten better.
Yes.
He's not turning the ball over as much. The kid's got talent. You don't get drafted that high and just don't have zero talent.
He got off that titty.
Yeah.
You
Mama's
see,
titty.
yeah, Mama's titty, that milk right there. But that's what it was. I mean, he looked like a little kid out there, just all the glamorous. No, kid, you got to grow up. And I see him doing it.
The things he was saying too in the media.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He was kind of it's a little overboard.
You're not going to say, oh, it's not on me when you got all these veteran dogs playing their ass off. Like, dude, who the hell are you, man? Like, we're the ones in the trenches balling out.
Who won the draft? I mean, in the trade this weekend, on the trade deadline, who won?
I low key, like you said, Douglas to the Bills. I think that's the biggest move that's going to make the most impact. But if you look at San Francisco's defensive line on paper, it's scary, man.
Yeah,
with adding Chase Young to that, they already got Armstead. They signed Hargrave. You already got Bosa. I mean, damn.
So if defense can win you football games, I'd say that's probably my pick right there.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you what Frisco's lost 3 in a row, guys. Right? Is it 3 in a row they lost? So. They were at that elite, we were kind of looking at who's, Philly, San Francisco. You see them defaulting now a little bit. So that offense has got to start, but they have the weapons there to get it done. Mm-hmm. Right now, like you said, they pad that defense up a little bit more.
Yeah. This
might be the push, and this has to be. This is what they're doing.
Yeah, and I was telling Philly, I said, I might be biting my tongue in the end, but that Cincinnati's starting to rear up.
Oh, I think I may have.
And I said, I don't think they're going to make it. They're not going to do it. But Joe Cool, after what he did to the 49ers,
yeah,
he controls them.
Yeah, you guys both went with that pick, and I was really thinking about it. I was like, I can't do it, man. My Niners.
We get into these picks here in a little bit. There's a lot of games that are really tough to pick because these are some rivalry games. These are good teams playing with good records, jockeying for position for the front running spot in their division. So there's a couple of these games that I'm on the fence with. So
we talked a lot about around the league, but back to the Lions, like offensively, I think we struggled a bit. Ben Johnson tried to get too cute. I think Amon-Ra, he had a double pass called where St. Brown didn't throw the ball. It was a sure touchdown.
Oh yeah, he had him. Why?
Should I do it? I didn't want to make that big mistake on
Can he throw
television.
or no?
Maybe not.
That's what I thought. Maybe he can't
right
throw.
In the ass.
Did he shrivel up in the moment?
He may have.
I think so.
Regardless, St. Brown is great. I still think he's one of the best in the league.
Did we lose him in 3 years?
I don't want to think 3 years. Yeah. I hope not, Hollywood. I hope we got to go.
You're going to come to that. You're going to come to that point where you're going to have to do something.
Well, good teams, when you draft well, you're going to have to cut bait with people naturally, right? But he's one
so
you got to keep.
Yes.
Around.
You know what they did though with that kid? I think he was not highly touted as some marquee receiver. I think that edge he carries because
no doubt.
His ass is chapped by all these teams that passed on him, fueled him to be a better player.
100%.
And that's what shows on the field. Like this guy just wants to prove all the naysayers.
Why I'm number one over all them.
So again, it goes to your mind. You got to have a strong will to want to play in this league. And a guy like that who was not, other teams,
I wish London was here with him, dude. I'm telling you, London would have been bad.
So he's got something to prove. And I love that in a player, man. That's the kind of guys you want. That brings that excitement level back in.
Well, let's talk about J-Mo for a minute.
Oh man.
I mean, I know this is
made a comeback, but
polarizing topic. He made a horrible drop and came back, made a nice catch. Still a lot of inconsistencies there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's got to start showing signs. Like the catch in Tampa was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great play. But
one play.
We cannot continue to have these key drops because, like I was telling B earlier, that drop was the difference between third and long and third and short.
That's right.
Makes a huge difference in a ball game like that where you're kind of struggling, sputtering on offense. You're able to get that short distance, and I think you're able to convert, maybe score.
That's why I said I like that.
You can't keep doing that.
When he got lit up by Crosby.
Yeah.
When he slammed him, got him like, wake up, kid. Wake up here. Like, you just, like, does it ever look like to you, like, sometimes effortlessly with him? Like, it's just, oh, man. That's what you were brought here for, these right here.
Yeah, you are not supposed to, in this league, miss those catches. Like you said, one went off the face mask. The other one, he underran or he didn't turn. It's all part of your understanding of the league.
And what do they teach you? Out here, not here.
That's right. So there's some fundamentals there, but
it's like the one on the sideline. He gaitored it. He put his hands out and just tried to cradle it. It's like, catch the damn ball, dude.
Oh man, this ain't college, dude. Because within a hair of a second, man, there's gonna be someone right on you.
And
man.
you knew he come from one of the best coaches, Saban.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, you knew.
Yeah. Well, on a bright note, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs showed he's the real deal.
Solid.
God,
that was his coming out party.
Yes,
185 yards offense, I think.
We're down 3 linemen. He's able to put his foot in the ground, hit those cutbacks.
Oh, God.
The counter was deadly. He did a great job on that.
You might get Smallberry. A small berry.
I said that, man. Everyone's like, oh, man. But he got that bouncing ability. He gets that outside.
But faster.
Yeah, man.
He made
Get
a
him
lot
on
of
the
people
outside.
miss, too, which was great to see.
You see the one where he crashed the dude, boom, he bounced back like a pinball. And
Yeah. You know, he also reminds me a little bit, not as big, but like Le'Veon Bell, how he stands straight up in the backfield.
Yeah.
He's got patience and he's got the explosiveness.
Yeah, that's a
to
good
go.
call there, too.
Yes.
Le'Veon had that style.
So now, like, when you get Montgomery back and him, it's like thunder and lightning, man.
Let's use him like that.
Yeah.
That's how he's supposed to be used. That's what the offense is supposed to be with him, like that. Do the same thing.
Yeah,
Get
but-
him on that outside, creative.
But
Yeah.
he showed he can run between the tackles, too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't have to completely change. Like, don't let him key on the fact that he's in
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Because I think he can do both, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a way better pass catcher than
I like him in
Montgomery is.
that motion.
He's
though,
got
man.
good
Yeah.
vision. If you look at him getting the handoff, like I couldn't understand for the life of me, like in the first half, the Lions were doing a lot of those cute draw plays, and it was like stop at the line of scrimmage and then just kind of move in. But his vision, if you watch him, his head's always up and he's low to the ground. He's got that Barry Sanders like feel to him, like you're saying, Hollywood. His vision is great, and man, once he gets that stride going, he just spins and bounces.
You're looking
and,
like, that one more turn, you're going to be gone,
man,
dude.
like,
Fire right out of there.
And he doesn't go down easy. That's
No,
the thing.
no, he's
not
tough.
like
He
a
is.
sack of potatoes. The guy just gets hit by a guy and he just falls down the ground. And I think you're right. Like Montgomery, he's your power back.
Yes.
You kind of told me this. Like we were going back and forth texting each other at one night. And I'm like, but Montgomery's a different type of back, like Hollywood said. He's your power grinder.
Yep.
He's not going to bounce them outsides, but he's gonna push the whole front line to go with them, and he's going to grind for 5 to 7 yards. Where Gibbs, dude's dangerous on the outside.
Yes.
If he catches that outside swing and he gets past one of those DBs, dude, he's gone.
Yeah.
He is gone.
That was nice to see. I think they can shut the critics up on that being a bust now.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely,
no.
without a doubt.
Very
Here it is.
pleased with this year's
Yeah.
draft, man.
Yes.
Very
Let's talk
pleased
about
with that.
Sam Laporta. Another great game. Another solid game. I know he had the late drop. You know, it's going to happen.
It's
time
gonna
to
happen
time.
with him.
But he's been very clutch, man. I think he's a top tier talent.
That young, top 5?
I think he's rookie of the year.
I'm
If he stays
leaning
on
in
this
that.
trend,
I mean, he's got a lot of catches, a lot of reception yards, a lot of yards for a rookie.
Maybe
and a tight
Gibbs
end.
goes from
Look
here
at
on
him.
out.
He
Maybe
ranks.
Gibbs too.
He's ranking, man.
They got 2 of them that could be right in that conversation. That'd be sweet.
Defensive Branch or Campbell pertaining.
I don't think Campbell's had that great of a season yet. I
Nah,
think
he's still learning. Yeah.
Branch, he's made some impact plays, but just not enough. I think Laporta's played an overall more important role.
You
But
would think
just
he's a 2 or
imagine-
3 year veteran at this point, the way he's playing.
Yeah.
When you had Rodrigo, he was one of your number 1 linebackers last year in tackles.
They're supposed to
And
put
now
him
he
at
took
fullback.
He took the hot seat now. You're on the bench.
He's on special teams making plays,
Yes,
though.
making plays, yeah.
But didn't Campbell say that he wanted to put Rodriguez at a fullback position? Because we haven't had fullback since Corey Schlesinger.
He played a little bit in Baltimore.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know if I like fullback. I don't think it fits with us.
It
You?
doesn't fit our scheme, does it? Like the double setback, you got your fullback, your running back. That we haven't seen that I formation in
I
forever.
like when they put what's his name when they put Laporta back there. That was sweet.
or Sewell.
Well, we do have a fullback who's hurt, Kabinda, number 45.
Yeah, I'm not big on that dude, man.
Never
That's
heard of
Stasio. That's Stasio. I got the stash.
What's the guy's name?
Kabinda.
Kabinda, he looks like he's
Been here
about
for a couple
55
years
years
now.
old, man.
Really?
He's just a big dude, like an extra. Oh, it's almost like an extra lineman.
I've
Yeah.
already seen him. I
Power
just
through the hole.
not a name that resonates with the starting
all the
lineup.
players,
You know,
man.
Yeah.
yeah, you do, man. You're excellent at that stuff.
But yeah, I think overall, offense could have performed better. I think we could have put up 40 on them. I think we just stalled. Too
Yeah.
many field goals, but they showed they could run the ball and play tough defense. That's how you're going to win down the stretch of the season.
So you think like People Jones, I believe he's coming to take the second spot. And I think this is a thing to tell Williams, it's time for you to get up on the pot or your ass is going to be out of here. Because
Do you honestly think that was part of that deal?
I think so. I think it's to wake him up that, hey, listen, we're not going to sit here and wait. We got a guy right here, especially from Michigan, too. Great. You run great coach. You played. You know this game. He's going to be good. He's found a home here. You know what man was coming back home? You're back home now in front of your people, everything.
Yeah.
That guy played good in Cleveland. Just not given the chance. Cooper's the man over there. You know what I'm saying? But the guy can catch, he can run. We see him in Michigan, the same thing. Elite.
Absolutely.
Got a great deal. Great deal.
Let's do it. We're at the midway point of the season. Final records for the Detroit Lions. You're at 6-2 right now. Where do you think they end up overall?
6-2 right now. How many more games we got?
Well,
9.
I can give you the. Now, let me just give you the schedule because it probably in fairness to you guys because I'll probably have to think about a couple of these games. So the schedule is here. This is the rest of the way here, guys. So we go bye week, of course. Then we go to Chargers. So win or loss.
Man, I think they can beat them, but something tells me that they might lose in LA. But I'm going to go anyways on the limb. I'm going with 12 wins.
12 wins.
That's what I got at work on the board.
I'm at 12-5 too.
They got the Bears, Packers at home, away at New Orleans. They got the Bears at Soldier Field, the Broncos at home, the Vikings away, Dallas, and the last game is in Detroit with Minnesota.
Yeah, I think one of those maybe Minnesota games you might have a clunker.
Yeah,
I hope not.
I hope not too, but I think if you're going to lose 3 more, I say Chargers. You look at Chargers, you look at New Orleans, which is a tough place to play, and then you got Dallas, of course, which is a toss-up. I feel like we could play with Dallas, but I could see that going both ways.
I would have said Minnesota if Cousins was still there. Not now.
I'd agree with that. So I would say the ones I said, the 3 road games, they're tough. Chargers, Saints, and Cowboys.
Yeah.
But if you can go to LA and win, West Coast, if you can go down to Dallas and win.
You say Dallas.
Down there in Jerry Dome.
So you're taking, what was the prediction for the 17
I'm
game
going
season?
12.
You're going 12 and 5.
12 and 5.
12 and 5.
That's where we can't break it, man. I'm 12 and 5. I figured there's 3 more losses somewhere in here.
Yeah.
I hope not. The lowest I'll go is 11 wins. I won't go any lower than that.
There's no reason with that schedule.
No.
Now, they can run the tables, guys. And here's the thing. They're actually on trend. We talked about this earlier, too, as well, is that they can actually control their own destiny as far as home field advantage. This is not out of reach where Philly could default to a couple more bad games. San Francisco, obviously, on a slide right now at 3 losses in a row. You've got these teams that were put up at the top immediately.
San Francisco's in trouble.
San Francisco is in trouble. Like you said, they pad that defense, but now you got to think, okay, there's a game that's going to be this weekend. It's not going to be an easy game, Dallas and Philly.
When is Debo coming back?
Yeah, when is he coming back, Mike? Do you know?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Because, see, when he's not in there,
week.
they struggle.
They do.
Yeah.
When that guy's in there, they win.
Yeah.
It's proven fact.
You're right. He's a weapon that it's a go-to guy no matter who's your quarterback. The guy's going to be open somehow, some way.
Receiver, running back. He does all the specials.
You got your running back, right? I mean, you can't. I mean, they've got a good offensive play. They got a good team there, both on both sides. But the Lions, going back to the Lions, if they could beat, they got 5 division games left. They got 2 against Minnesota, 1 more against Green Bay, Chicago, right? They could go 3 of 2 of those games, hopefully 4 and 1, lose 1 on the road, may not get that one in Dallas. We don't know. They play Denver at home. Who knows where Denver's going to be at the end of the season? Like you said, Minnesota, by losing Kirk Cousins, that kind of squashed their whole season, man.
Oh, yeah.
And let's give Kirk some love, though, man, because you saw the Minnesota team. They were really upset.
Oh, ain't no doubt about
crying.
that.
You do feel bad for him.
That dude's a baller, man.
But I don't put nothing past that Dobbs, though. Be careful with that Dobbs guy, and he's got them weapons in Minnesota.
But doesn't he have to learn a whole different system?
Yeah, but that guy can run, too. He's got wheels, so it's
is he a plug-and-play? Is he starting? Is he going to start this game?
I think was it Jaron Hall, I think his name?
Yeah.
He's their backup. He's going to probably play this
3
game.
plays, and I get the fuck out of here. We need this guy.
I don't think you can pick up an offense mid-season. And
it's tough, isn't it?
He'd be limited, if anything.
Yeah, I almost thought that Teddy Bridgewater being here in Detroit, but we can't lose a Bridgewater either because we got to have a viable backup here, right? That would have been ideal. Like he knows their system.
Not in division, no way.
No.
Yeah, that would be kiss of death right there, right? You don't do stupid shit like that.
No, but hey, injuries are part of the game, man. So yeah, with the picks as we go into week 9. Your boy Philly's still in the lead, 74-48. Grandmaster B with a great week, 14 wins.
Had to get one sooner.
Shoots up to second place. Hollywood, shit in the bed, boy.
What's my record?
67-55, mate. So you got some work to do.
God, what's yours?
74-48. B is 72-50. So still a tight race.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I'm behind. I'm 7 behind you. I shall crawl again.
Once again. So you boys ready to get into it? Week 9.
This is pathetic. This is horrible.
So, Philly, do I get to start the announcements here for these games? Is that how we're doing them?
Yes.
All right, guys. So our first game for the week here is going to be Thursday night. Tennessee visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. 8:15 kickoff. Prime TV.
So we're going to go Hollywood B, then me, so as we go in the order of the overall record. This is tough, man, because Tennessee, they showed out last week.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, because Pittsburgh fucked me twice.
What is up, my bro,
I like Levis. I like what that young kid did. And Pittsburgh's losing 2 at home.
Wow.
I'm going Tennessee. Screw them. I mean,
Or maybe not.
Pittsburgh pissed me off.
Oh.
No Pickett. Screw them.
Pick it and lick it bad.
Pickett said there's no way he's not playing, though.
Okay.
He likes Levis. B,
Old Levis, like that guy.
I got Pittsburgh in this game. All right, so you're taking Tennessee.
Yep.
Philly, you're taking Pitt.
I didn't answer yet.
Oh, shit. I'm making your choice for you. No, I'm not. He's playing poker over there, Hollywood. Come on, Bat.
That's what you get to do in the leaderboard, man.
Oh.
Going Tennessee.
Oh, Lord.
I like Levis, man.
Levis.
Thanks.
All right, so next game here, fellas. This is the early game on Sunday, November 5th, out of Germany. Playing in Germany here.
Oh, wow.
There's no such thing as a home team when you're on the road over in another country. So
Absolutely not.
The Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who you taking, man?
Do I go against my doppelganger?
Doppelganger?
How dare you talk to me like that? You don't know me.
What's home field
Doppelganger?
advantage? What's home?
Never heard of doppelganger?
Yeah.
What's home field advantage?
There is none.
None.
None. Are they fish out of water, per se?
Does Mahomes lose 2 in a row? I don't think he's ever lost 2 in a row.
Scary.
Tua, Hill, setting records.
He's behind. He's got to think about it.
I can't see Miami losing to him.
Struggling.
I would be very, very disappointed if they did
I would be too, but
after losing to Denver.
I got to go KC here, man.
That's a terrible idea.
And I just went out of turn, so.
All right.
It's all right, man. We got you. I'm taking Kansas City. Next game up here, fellas. The Minnesota Vikings, less one Kirk Cousins, visiting Minshew, the Atlanta Falcons. Isn't that who he plays for?
What is up, my bro, bro?
Buffalo,
Wait a minute. Wait, no. Wait, no.
Who the fuck is that?
Was there a trade I missed?
I like it. He ain't with that team, is he?
No, Mitchell's in Indianapolis.
All right, who's Vrabel coach for?
Whose call is it?
Minnesota
sir.
visiting Atlanta.
I'm taking Hankey.
Hanky down
They're
there.
sitting Ritter, and I'm going with Hankey in Atlanta. Atlanta's winning
Wow.
against Minnesota.
Who's
Fuck.
playing quarterback?
Hankey?
Who the fuck is Hanky?
Never heard of
One that
him.
played for
Oh, Heineke.
Heineke, yeah, whatever his name.
Heineken,
Yeah.
fucking Hanker.
That guy's a knucklehead.
Who you got, B?
or is that Minshew?
Minshew?
Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm looking at all the production notes here. I took Atlanta. All right, so the next game.
Hold on, you make my pick yet.
I'm sorry, Bob. Hey, Bob.
Damn you, Bob.
Damn you.
I think Minnesota wins for Kirk.
Ooh,
On the road.
gonna take them Vikings on you.
That's not a bad pick.
So Hollywood, you and I took Atlanta, Les Minshew, and Philly, you're going with the traveling Minnesota Vikings.
Sir.
All right, here we are. Arizona Cardinals visiting the Cleveland Browns. And the mistake on the lake.
And now, is Kyler Murray coming back?
I don't know. I didn't. Does anybody know?
Cleveland's got a lot of issues going on over there, and now you don't have Peoples Jones either.
Does that make a difference, though, you think?
I don't know if Kyler Murray comes back. I mean, I'm going to trust Schwartz. I'm going with Cleveland.
Trust in the Schwartz.
The Schwanz.
I am your father.
The Schwanz.
Schwanz. My pick?
Your pick.
Cleveland.
I'm with you guys. I like Cleveland here.
Nice.
Amari Cooper and Browns.
All right, so we're all taking the Cleveland Browns. Next game, the visiting L.A. Rams, a banged-up Matt Stafford, going to Lambeau Field, where he's struggled for many, many years. L.A. Rams traveling from the West Coast to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Who's taking that game?
I'm taking L.A. Rams. Regardless. I don't think Love has enough, and especially with Donald on his ass. I think it's probably a 4-point game, Rams. And if Stafford's anywhere near with cupping them, they ain't got it. You just gave away Douglas to Bills. No, they're losing.
Green Bay's rebuilding, huh?
Oh yeah, they're throwing a towel in. I'm going Rams.
Who is your daddy?
Especially
and
after
what
the
does he
Dallas
do?
whipping.
Well, my turn?
Yeah.
I took Green Bay. I think this is an all-or-nothing game
Who's
for
their
Green Bay.
quarterback? Rams if Stafford don't play.
Oh, man, that's a good question.
Colton Gibbons?
Is it, what's his name? Who's the guy that played?
Malik?
Wolford, I think. Wolford?
I'm good with that.
To me, I think this is all or nothing game. Green Bay, this is it. If they
Green
don't,
Bay's done.
If they don't win this game, that's it. And they got to win at home, so that's the reason I'm taking Green Bay.
I think because it's on Stafford's throwing thumb, I don't think he plays. I don't think a backup can get it done out there. I got to go Green Bay here.
All right.
All right. Hollywood, you're taking the visiting Rams. Philly, you and I are with Green Bay. Next game here. Could be a trap game. The Washington Foreskins visiting the New England Patriots at Foxborough. Bill Belichick.
Always Bill.
Washington just dumped their two
It's the
defensive
Bill
ends.
factor.
Are they blowing it up? Are they looking to the future? Sam Howell?
Still got McLaren. Still got Gibson. Still got still got Howell.
Quarterback's back. Kid that was hurt from New England.
Mac Jones?
Mac Jones is back.
The defense, I mean, you got Sweat. Yeah, I mean, who's stepping in? Are they any good? Can they hold it?
I don't think so.
Did he pick?
I just don't know, man. Something tells me that Washington Sam Howell's going to pass on him.
Today, Junior!
Washington fucked me last week. I'm going to go with New England just because they screwed me against Philly.
You lack discipline.
GMB?
Taking New England.
Yeah, I can't trust Washington, man. The moves they made, I think the defense is on a slow decline.
This game's scary.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
This game right here.
All right, here we go, guys. The next one here is the Chicago Bears visiting New Orleans. Them Saints down there, boys. The Cajun Creole. That Louisiana hot sauce.
You know, we like that gumbo down here in Louisiana.
The hot shit right there. That's supposed to be a joke. Who's quarterback Chicago now? Is the Badger?
Bagent.
Is he staying, or is what's his name coming back this week? Fields.
I think he's starting again. I believe so.
Not good enough. New Orleans.
You like New Orleans down there now?
I'm going to take them, the New Orleans Saints there, down in Louisiana.
Bears
They
just
like
ain't
the
got
Gators.
enough. Even with getting Sweat, I just didn't understand that trade, but I think New Orleans, they got it all day.
Nice. So we're all in agreement.
Yep.
All right, here we go. The next game here, fellas, we got... Oh, man, this one is a tough one here. Seattle Seahawks visiting the Baltimore Ravens. 1 o'clock game. Seattle coming from the West Coast, but they always play good out on the East Coast. Seattle's a tough team.
Pete always has them boys ready
Yes,
to play.
he does. But they also... Baltimore has... Lamar.
I'm going against them. Seattle wins.
Ooh. I got Baltimore in this one.
Wow. This one's tough for me. You know, my heart wants me Seattle to lose so Lions can stay ahead of them, right? Baltimore's playing very, very well right now. They're running the football. Lamar's playing well. This is going to be a dogfight game. I guess I'm going to have to go Baltimore here, though.
All right.
Got to go with the heart.
That's a tough one right there because part of me wants, I really don't want, because it would help us if Seattle does lose, right? Because that's an NFC team. We definitely want those guys to lose some more games. That'll help us with positioning. But, man, something's going on with Lamar right now. He's got his grit back. He's balling out, man. He's balling out. All right, guys. Last 1 o'clock game on Sunday. Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting Houston. And Minshew.
I got my ass eaten out by a father and a mother in Des Moines, Iowa.
Good morning.
You sound like you're getting your ass eaten out.
Hey, I was upstairs during that party on Saturday night, and I kept hearing somebody talk about getting her ass eaten out down here. My wife's up there. She's going, what are they doing down there? Is that a swingers club? I go, you never know how we got them apples out, man. So there we are, fellas. We got Tampa Bay visiting Houston. Texans.
Minshew at the helm, huh?
Minshew, yeah. Who you taking there, Hollywood? Baker Mayfield has a huge game. You never know.
He's got to win.
He's got to win.
He's lost 2 in a row.
I just took your bet. You're taking Tampa?
Tampa.
I'm taking Tampa as well, bro.
I'm taking Tampa.
All day bet. All right, fellas. Now we're in the 4 o'clock bracket. Indianapolis Colts visiting Carolina Panthers.
What's your quarterback?
Indy?
Indy.
Minshew. That's who he plays for. Now now it's coming to you, man. I know who that cat is, man.
3 times a charm,
Wow. There we go, man. We taking Hollywood?
Carolina get their second win.
Ooh, I don't, man. They barely got that last one, dog.
But a win's a win.
When's a win? Is it momentum or is it just, hey, they got 1 win. They're going to end up the season 2-15. Carolina's not a good team.
Are the Colts a good team?
Better than Carolina, I think. I'm tipping my hat.
I'll go Indy Minshew.
Porn stash.
Stash.
Taking the Colts. I'm taking Indianapolis on this one.
Going against the grain.
Carolina second win.
You like that Carolina barbecue sauce and honey mustard?
Yeah.
Let's go. That's my upset of the week.
There we go. All right, guys. 425 games here. We got 2 of them. The first one is the New York Giants visiting a very blue Las Vegas Raiders team in Las Vegas.
Giants suck too, though.
Who's the coach for the Raiders?
Antonio Pierce.
Joe Happ. No, that Pierce, that's right. You said that.
Who's Giants quarterback?
Minshew.
No, it's what's that guy's name? Who's the quarterback that used to be there a long time ago? Back when Phil Simms.
Phil Simms.
Yeah, Phil Simms. Yeah, I'm going back old school.
I want to say Danny Jones is coming back.
You know what? I made the mistake and said that quarterback from New England's getting better and ready to play. It's this kid that plays for the Giants. I got the. Again, it's acceptable. It's why I wear a pickle
Does
costume.
Devontae Adams come back and eat the ass out of the Giants?
Giants played the Jets tough.
I left this one open, guys. I'm on the fence here, man.
But who's the quarterback now since Garoppolo's been set?
Aiden O'Connell.
Never heard of him.
Rookie. He already came out and said Garoppolo's bench, so Raiders in a tough way. Do they show some life?
I'm going with the Raiders. Raiders make a comeback. They beat the Giants. Giants are horrible.
That's my upset of the week right there. I'm taking that. Las Vegas.
Is that really an upset, though?
Well, because I don't think they're expecting a lot from this Raiders team after this turmoil that's just gone on here the past couple of days. There's your coach, you got your GM gone. Maybe Devontae comes out and has that 200-yard receiving game, and all of a sudden this quarterback, no one heard of, has this 3-touchdown game. I'm thinking it's a home game. Raider Nation's going to be very upset, but they might be happy because a lot of people didn't like that head coach. So let's see what happens, man.
You know what I think?
What do you think? I'm full of shit.
When a dog's down, you got to put that sumbitty down now.
Oh. Mac Jones. Do we have a healthy Shaquan?
Mac Jones plays for Patriots.
No, I'm saying, does Shaquan Barkley, is he healthy right now? He's running back for the Giants.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take the Giants.
Samuel.
I'm going to switch this right now. I'm going to make it. I never filled it in, but this is my pick right there. Okay, guys, here we go. This is going to be a good game. Should be, hopefully. Dallas Cowboys visiting Philadelphia. Very tough place to win.
It's going to be a game of the week right here, I think.
Philly.
I'm taking Philly.
Philly blows Dallas out.
I just don't trust Dallas, man. I think A.J. Brown and those boys are just playing too tough. Give me Philly all day.
All right, so there we go. So the final game, this is the Sunday night game. Great team. Buffalo visiting the Cincinnati Bungholes.
Wow.
Now, let's think about this game. Cincinnati's starting to, they're starting to get there, Hollywood. You feel like they're starting to click a little bit. Chase got a little,
Buffalo just got
swaggy
Douglas.
quarterback, starting to feel his groove again. Buffalo's kind of sliding a little bit, man.
Picked up that defensive guy from Green Bay.
Cincy, right?
Oh, Buffalo.
Buffalo. I left this spot open because I'm still undecided on this one. But Buffalo's got that star power. They have... Their defense ain't done shit, though. That's what worries me about that. And if Burrow can go off and just be Burrow, and it's a big game, I think Cincinnati's back's against the wall in this game. It's a home game. It's a rivalry game. The last time these two teams played, the game had to be suspended because of the player that went down.
Mario.
So does Buffalo come in there and play with a lot more extra grit, or does Cincinnati to shut them down? What you gonna do, Matt?
Now, do you really believe Buffalo is done? This pick will say it all. Do you believe, or do you believe Cincinnati's not ready?
I want to go with Allen. I'm going with Joe Cool. At home, he beats him.
Guys, this is going to be a super close game. I don't care what anybody thinks. This is going to be a shootout. I think you're going to see a lot of points in this game. You got pretty good offenses here, right? I think Cincinnati's starting to play good. But as much as I want to go with my Buffalo Bills, Hollywood, I'm with you, man. I'm going to take Cincy for the simple reason that this game means a whole lot more to them than just, they have to win because they started off so shitty. They need this game. I feel that this home game is a pivotal part of their season right here. If you're going to make a break and start turning it around, you got to do it right at the midpoint. And I'm going to take Cincinnati.
This is a pickler. Pickles my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder what Minshew would do.
Oh, yeah, he grew an extra stash.
You got Fournette, too. Signed.
Yeah.
And you got Vrabel as the coach. It's crazy. 69.
I still like Cincinnati, and I still like Buffalo.
But it's intriguing because Buffalo's got
you, but I do.
Yeah, but Buffalo's got that they got that offense. They get hot, man. They get hot. And there's no stopping them. But, man, I don't know. Cincinnati, I just feel this one in my loins.
I'm going Cincinnati, boys.
You're taking Cincinnati. We're all taking the Bengals. All right, guys. And our final game of Week 9, LA Chargers visiting the East Coast New York Jets.
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast, man. High flying, limousine riding.
Bring that old cashmere coat out here. Gee, I love it, man.
Chargers visiting a pretty good defensive New York Jets team. Sauce, is he in? Is he out?
Yep,
He's
Sauce
playing. We got a healthy defense over in New York.
Oh, yeah.
But we also got a Charger team that's starting to really play well.
They're getting better.
Which doesn't mean it's a lay-down game for them because they come home and then they got to play the Lions. So what do? They go out there and get their asses kicked and come home and beat the Lions. They go out there and beat the Jets and come home and get their ass kicked by the Lions. What we going to do about it?
It's a tough one for me, too.
Yeah, it is.
Chargers have been so hot and cold all season long.
But
Jets.
Eckler's playing good, right?
I'm going Jets.
Taking Jets.
Jets got a good run game, good defense. Chargers, I mean, they're solid, but they just, certain games, man, they just shit the bed.
They do.
What you gonna do, B?
I took the Chargers. LA Chargers in this game.
Not a bad pick.
This could go either way. I think it's gonna be a tight one. Like a 17.
I just worry about Hebert throwing, getting them receivers. He's got good receivers.
Yeah. I just think in this game, defense prevails. I'm going Jets. With that being said, the picks are in.
That's it.
Good job, boys. Best of luck in Week 9 once again. As always, email us at fivesoftheweekpodcast@gmail.com. Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Love y'all. Be good.
Thanks, everybody.